The reason that we were muted was because what we had to say was very inappropriate.
It really was.
Yes, it really was.
We were basically talking about the size of my cock, but I've just basically been bitten by many insects, and I'm very angry and irritable, and I'm hoping the DM's nice to me. So yes, let's move on with the show without further ado. Yeah, it's competition.
Yep, so we're running the normal competition. Current pot is actually up to $70. So
wow.
we might actually hit something. You never know. When it hits 100 or it gets to Christmas, we're going to give the pot away. If we get a crit win, sorry, a natural 20 type crit win in channel. If we get a crit fail, type crit fail. Each iteration will get to draw at the end of the show. Each of those will get you a ticket into the pool. When we hit the 100 or at Christmas, we'll do a draw and you win that amount
You're
of money.
You're a little clicky when you're talking.
Voucher.
Little clickies, that's the most.
Do I need to do the thingy?
Do the thingy. You do the thingy.
Well,
she'll do the thingy. I will explain that all those rules will be explained each time we have a natural 20 or a 1. By the way, guys, lots of 20s on here. Look, they're all 20s. I've got like a t-shirt full of 20s per class. It's going
to be a one night,
right?
Isn't it?
So we got Bard, Cleric, Rogue, all the different dice. When I first got this, I was hoping it was going to have their actual hit dice thing on there, because then whatever character I rolled, if I wore this t-shirt, I'd know what hit dice to roll. And it was all 20s. I was really disappointed. I've got a new t-shirt coming. I was hoping it'd come for today. It's in red, like a cover of the original Dungeons and Dragons book. Yeah. But instead of the picture of the dragon and the guy with a sword, it's a picture of the Cookie Monster and 2 cookies with swords, and it's Cookies and Monsters rather than Dungeons and Dragons. It looks so fucking cool, I had to get it. Cookies and Monsters. So that's coming, that hopefully will be for Sunday. I'll hopefully have that for Sunday. We are, not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. So this weekend is a weekend of freedom. The following weekend is the weekend of joy, when I'm back for my Sunday crew. And of course, the weekend after that is the weekend of the party.
Indeed.
Right. Is everybody DM tonight? Are you ready? Your maps? Do you want to move us to a map, or are we staying on the intro screen for now? What we're doing? I'm going to go into a recap.
Definitely ready. Do you want a recap, or do you want to go straight to the map?
We are going into a recap right now. I feel like we take 1 step forward and 2 steps back, out here in the spine of the world. We are finally able to meet one of the local druids, the very people we came here to meet. And it just happens to happen in the midst of a party crisis, in what can only be described as a bout of a hangover-induced rage from Toxeros. As the nicest, most passive man I've ever met, he does have a wicked side. He proceeded to not only set fire to the living tree friend of the druids, but then threw a dagger at the actual main druid herself, Freela. I managed to calm things down with my usual skill of my tongue, if you know what I mean. And we did get some vital information about the whereabouts of Halhoman, the actual druid we've come to meet. But at the same time, we've been pretty much exiled from the wilderness areas of Icewind Dale, which, from our experience so far, is about 90% wilderness. The strange thing is, the druid knew we were coming. Seemed to know me and thought me as an evil person. I mean, that's not too far from the mark. Still, where did you get the idea from? The notion? Anyway, onwards to Bryn Shander, the biggest town of 10 towns. And then on to Lonely Wood, to hopefully meet a druid who can fix our friend. Currently, by the way, we're fighting some weird-looking fucking bird creatures with antlers! What's that all about? Oh, baby. I also should have mentioned the name of our... What's the name of the owlbear? Come on, people. I'm testing your note-taking skills.
What did he name him?
I don't think Aki knows.
I haven't got a fucking clue, if I'm being perfectly honest.
We have an owlbear called...
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
It's Brian with a 4.
it's Brian with 2 eyes and a 4.
The 2 eyes and a 4.
How could Aki not remember? We did it deliberately to fuck him off. Amazing. There we go. So yes, so the owlbear is of course is part of our party. So we have. So currently, you tell it like it is, DM.
Yeah, so we're back to the top of the round. One of these peritons is dead on the ground, not moving. These dancing lights again up in the air, and poor Brian. He's literally right. It's top of the round. It's Toxtrus's turn, and Brian there is looking pretty bloodied. There are gouging claw marks along his back, and while he's still up and he still looks angry and ready to thrash and slash anything that comes near him, he's kind of making a low little whimpering kind of.
That's right. He got targeted, didn't he? As the big thing, the big food.
He did. So he's kind of there going. He's trying to look menacing, but he's pretty beat up at this point. Toxtrus, what are you doing? I believe you've just been snapped out of whatever days you had going on.
I have indeed. Now,
That's right, because I cast the spell, which was
Dancing Lights.
no, Dancing Lights is the lights. It was the other one, the dome. Anyway, yeah, the one that it basically gets everybody in its thrall unless they succeed a throw.
Yep, and both of these peritons are just flapping, hovering in midair, kind of just staring at these lights.
Hypnotic pattern. That was it. Okay, let's go.
I am going
And I will remind you they're about 30 foot up in the air.
to use my bonus action. And my bonus action states you can use as a bonus action. Oh, in addition, you can use a bonus action to increase reach of your unarmed strikes by 30 feet until the end of turn.
But they are 30 feet away, so you would need to go pretty much underneath it.
I have, obviously, that's increased by 30 feet, so in total I'll have 35 feet. So I can actually stand next to them and
Yes.
do it.
That's
So I can
sweet.
go 5 and 10. Now, this is going to make this thing
Live.
live.
Yes, but we've
yeah.
killed one, so the whole point was as long as we do them one at a time, we're all good.
So, I intend to hit it with an unarmed strike.
Of course, I am chaotic evil now, so after you've attacked that one, I'm still going to roll to see which one I attack.
He's learned a trick or two.
No, I'm
from
not
level
doing
top.
that. That's yours, mate. That is all yours.
Right, okay, so, rolling to hit, I got a 4 plus 7, that's 11.
Ooh, I'm not sure 11's going to do it. And no, it's not.
Fuck. Okay.
You can kind of
about
see the rustle on its feathers as your hit goes wide, and it just continues to flap.
How about a 17 plus 7, which is 24?
Yes, your second hit finds purchase.
Okay, and the damage is 1d6 plus something. 1d6 plus 4.
Roll me some damage.
5 plus 4 is 9 damage, please.
Okay, there we go. So that's your main attack action.
It is indeed. I don't have a bonus action. And yeah, I think
Well, you did your
I
bonus
am-
action. Yeah, you did your bonus action. Yeah, so you're good.
Yeah. I think I am going to move back and try and protect the owl bear. Where are we? I'm going to move over to here. Okay, I'm good.
Right, so that periton has now snapped out of it as you've kind of popped him in the chest, and he's just realised where he is, and you can see him starting to move onto Brian. Should we call him Brian at this point?
Brian.
What's our owlbear doing?
What's Brian doing, Aki?
So, I think the owl bear. Can the owl bear fly? It can't, can it?
No.
No, counterintuitive.
So what you were doing, you were either holding the... I think last session you were holding attacks of opportunity for when they come close. But the other option you've got is to
so-
go dodge, so it gets disadvantage on attacks on it.
No, I think I am going
Cheers,
to
Rob, mate.
hold an attack of opportunity. No, I'm going to hold an attack action. So if it gets close, then Brian can attack it.
Okay.
It's within range, yeah?
Right. And that takes us down to Glamreus.
Yeah, I was just looking. I need to look at my spells, which is what I said last week, and I didn't.
Literally the first thing I said to Captain Jax there.
I'm ready to go.
Have you memorized your spells? Have you checked them? It's, of course I have. Of course I have.
I know all my
What
spells.
person wouldn't memorize every spell they've got after they've been playing a character for 3 years?
I'm gonna dimension door onto the back of one of the birds.
I was going to say, this is the thing, with them being up in the air. So basically, all I can do is the same as I've been doing before. Ooh,
Cast a bonfire on its wings.
I did actually wonder, but I'm assuming I have to cast that on the floor. Right. So, yes, I'm going to magic missile the bird that's just been hit by Toxie.
Yeah, I actually read that. They did actually specify your bonfire has to be on the ground.
So that's 7 plus 3, 10 points of force damage.
Nice.
Okay, you put your hand up, you just see this 1, 2, 3, just lines of crackling white light just slam into this as it sizzles from the inside. And with that, feathers are missing. You can see your kind of flesh underneath it. It's starting to look a bit bloodied. And it hasn't even really managed to regain its footing since it snapped itself out of the hypnotic pattern.
Excellent. Even though it doesn't work because the stupid things have got dive bomb abilities, I'm still going to stand by the owlbear, just human shield it a bit. And cast Shillelagh.
I think you'd already done that, but you may as well do it again.
I can do it again. It resets. It only lasts a minute.
Okay. So I am going to... What's the rate? So how far am I away from... I'm within 60 feet of the guy, am I?
Right, I actually did the trigonometry, because we're sad like this. He's 20 foot away, he's 30 foot up, he's about 35 feet.
So that's fine. So I've got a range of 60 feet. I am gonna look up at this thing, and I am gonna just pull a random page in my pun book.
Oh god.
And I am gonna cast...
There you go.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery. So, do you know what's getting popular? Egg harvesting. It's taken over.
Wow.
And with that, I'll cast Vicious Mockery, and I've already read it. He doesn't need to. And by the way, thank God he doesn't. Actually, no, I can't remember if they speak common, these guys. I don't think they do.
He does understand exactly what you said.
Oh, okay, because even if it didn't, it would still work. he just wouldn't get the joke. But then,
Right,
I think that would be a blessing.
Yes, because I cast Talk with Animals, and it turns out it's not an animal, but...
That's right, but it spoke
talked back
common.
anyway.
Right, DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
Pretty high. He did roll above it. I'm not going to tell you the dice roll, because I know you've got an ability.
I do. Let me have a look at my rolls for the day. I just go actions, bonus actions, and I haven't used one. So yeah, I will do a cutting... I will do an unsettling words, and I will roll my d8 and minus it, which is this dice here in the tray. That's a 4 off of it.
Right. He understood your words, and it felt personally hurt by them. Its chick died in an accident years ago, and it's never recovered from it. Your words cut to the core. How much damage is it taking?
So 2d4 damage. Plus something, which I'll do as soon as I've got the 2d4.
I don't think it's... No, it's not plus.
Well,
just 2d4.
I wasn't sure. I haven't got it up. I saw the 2d4 and I'd moved on to the other
2d4
screen.
psychic.
2d4 psychic. So Vicious Mockery, yeah, just 2d4 psychic. That is a 4 and a 2. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Is it still up?
It's still up.
The good news is, guys, the good news is it now has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Ooh.
So if it goes for the owlbear again, at least it's at disadvantage.
Right.
That's
I'm
why I
gonna
did
roll-
it. Trying to save the fuck. Trying to save. I'm all about saving Brian. We should get badges made. Save Brian.
Right, I'm going to roll and see whether it's brave enough to stay. Oh, with a 3, it is definitely not. Right, this thing is going to book it. So it's going to go 60, and then it can do 60 again. It's 120. It's basically now 150 foot away from you.
That's
So
fine.
I'm just for this purposes, I'm just going to shift it off layer.
Yeah. So he's got away.
Barely with his life.
Cool.
I think he was one good hit away from dying, that one.
And the other one is currently
Charmed.
entranced. So back to the top round, Aki.
Right.
Add cycle and repeat, I think. No
Yeah,
need
let's
to
rinse
use
and
any
repeat.
real spells. By the way, Vicious Mockery is a cantrip.
I am going to pop over to here. Rinse and repeat. I'm going to use my bonus action. Then I'm going to do 2 attacks. Attack number 1. Oh my fucking life.
Is that a 1?
What was that?
That's a 1.
First crit fail of the
Right.
day, gentlemen and ladies.
As you run towards him and you look directly up, you're not paying enough attention to your footing, and you manage to slip and slam on your back, still facing directly up at it, but now laying down.
Fine. From a prone position, I am going to roll to hit. And that is a 6 plus 6, which is 6 plus 7, which is 13.
13. Yes, it's going to hit.
Excellent. And then I am going to lazily lay on my back and just go dunk. And it is, oh, fuck me. So 1 plus
Because you said lazily as you threw the dice.
1 plus 4 is 5.
Okay. It's not bloodied, but it is awake again now.
Excellent.
I like how you
excellent.
wake him up in just in time for us to do some damage.
5, 10.
Being at the bottom of the
use
round now.
half of my movement, which is 45, which is 20. Then I'm going to do 15, 20 back. There you go. How's that?
I think one of your monk abilities means you don't even need to use your full movement to get up, but yeah, it should be good.
I'll just double check that.
While you're doing that, Brian, I'm assuming, is holding on an action.
Aki, same thing for Brian.
Same thing, ground hold in case it gets close.
Yeah. Okay. So down to Glamorous.
I've realised what I should have done, but probably doesn't seem worth it at this point. I can fly now. I can turn into a bird and go attack them.
Nice.
That would have
be
been
cool.
cool, though. It's still tempting just to do it, just to see what happens. Like giant eagle and
is.
like, ah!
Okay, given that, what's the weather like at the moment?
There isn't any blizzards or anything like that. If there was, these things wouldn't be able to fly.
In which case, screw it.
Do
Like,
it.
I can't. Annoyingly, I can't attack them this turn.
Oh, but that's silly then, because he's not going to make the next turn.
Well, that was my point. But I'm tempted to anyway, just so I can fly alongside you for the rest of the journey.
Why not?
Rather than
What am
being
I going to
forced.
ride? I got the steed, I suppose.
Yeah, you've got the steed. So yeah.
Okay. So you
I'm
wild shape.
I'm going to turn into a giant eagle.
For reasons, I'm just going to make you roll wild magic dice.
Okay.
The reason being he really wants you to die.
Wait, no, that's not what I'm supposed to roll, is it?
No, it's
No,
not
just the
gonna roll.
D20.
Roll with the D20.
That's
first.
what you roll if you fail.
If I fail, yeah.
/ succeed. That is a 3.
Oh, it's still
That's
fine. It's still fine.
safe. Yeah.
Oh, really? Damn it. I was hoping for no hair.
Did we include 2 as well, or I can't remember.
We
did.
have included 2, yeah.
Yeah, but not 3. Yes. So yes, I've wild shaped it into a giant eagle. Do I go up and? Yeah, I might as well go up and be a buffer anyway.
Just get all up in its grill, man. Get all of its grill.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll
Bonus
sort of fly
action.
up and next to it. And yeah, bonus action. I'll screech and try and be intimidating.
Right. Well, I believe that takes us to Captain Jax.
Without your damage, we'll he'll definitely get a go. You might get an attack. Definitely if he swoops. I will. I didn't think I was going to get to use another page of the book. Here we go. That's a terrible one. Okay, I'm gonna look up to it and go. I've already said that to you guys. I want you guys to get new ones. I can't believe I've opened the page at another one with a bird in it. I was going to tell a joke about a dead parrot, but it was way too macabre.
Right.
Macabre!
He was not impressed. He is okay.
He saved again on a 16 wisdom.
No, sorry. I was still looking at the other one. No, he failed that one.
Okay, so...
okay, so disadvantage and 2d4 damage.
2d4 is only this time that one is it's on the bottom of that one, that's a 1. And a 4, 5 points of damage. 5 points of damage and disadvantage on his next attack. That's my action.
Right.
I didn't need to use my bonus this time on the unsettling words, so I will... actions, bonus action, I don't have one. It's all good.
Okay, and I've rolled for him as well. He got a 4. He is also booking it. So for
Attack of opportunity for Gaz.
I was going to say yes, unless he's doing his swooping attack or whatever. I think.
are you flying or are you into place?
I am. Yeah. I flew.
He
up
said he was
to
going to right up in its face and go. "Ah!"
Yeah.
Then yes, attack of opportunity as he tries to fly 150 foot away.
Now, does multi-attack count as an attack
No.
of opportunity, or do I just pick one of them?
Just pick one of them. Yeah, if you hold an action to attack, then you can multi-attack.
Yeah,
like that's what Brian was doing. But you can just do one of them.
In which case, I shall do talons because it's more damage. So let's try and hit it.
Oh, that's gonna
17
hit.
plus 5. I think that might hit.
That will hit.
And then damage is 2d6 plus 3. So 6 plus 3, 9 points of slashing damage.
Right. So he's definitely bloodied, but he is still up. So he's now about 120 feet away from you, 150 feet away from everyone else. It's Toxie. Are you letting them go, or are you trying to do something?
How far away is he?
150 feet.
From you, about 130 foot.
Can I use an ability to get hold of the little twat?
So I know some of you do have some very long range spells. Not sure there's a lot you can do, Toxeros.
I've got Step of the Wind, haven't I, or something? Very, very good.
Yeah, but you don't want to be getting away from us by that far, and then we can't catch up with you.
It's probably best that I don't. I'm just going to stay here. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay here.
So you're going to stay there. Brian, I'm assuming, is staying there. Glambrius. So he's dashed.
Yes. So the best I could do, but again, I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not going to do it. Is dash to get up next to him, so I get another attack of opportunity as he tries to fly away next time. But no, I mean, I've just been told off for killing animals, and they're running away. No need to do extra harm. So yeah, I shall fly back down to the others. I'm going to stay in.
And
Eagle
finally,
form.
Captain Jax, who may actually have something that goes that far.
Yep, all my warlock spells have been deleted, but it's so I will, seeing it away, I will see you flying back, see him going off, and I will step forward somewhere. I will walk forward my distance so that I can get to within 120 feet. Can I walk forward enough to do that?
Let's go with yes. It's a bit hit and miss, but yes.
And then I will cast. I'm going to just turn around and say, "And stay away!" And I'll fire an two Eldritch blasts at it because I get 2 now.
Right, roll to hit.
So that's the first one is going to be 17 plus, so that'll definitely hit. And the second one is going to be 16 plus, so that's definitely going to hit.
Yeah.
And they are D10s which is interesting because I can't find one of those. It's like a D100 though, isn't it? Just without the 0. So I'll do that, which is a 2, and that, which is a 9. So 11 points. I think it's just straight 11, isn't it? Is it a plus anything? Let me just click on that.
It won't be as a cantrip.
1d10, no. So 11 points of force damage as it's just flying away, trying to get away.
It is crispy as all hell, but it still flies away. You see it kind of limping into the sky, kind of almost like it's going to drop out, but it is still going.
I'll turn and go, we showed them.
Yeah, Brian's going to go, brrr. He's not looking very good.
So, can I do a medicine check on Brian to see to get a rough idea of how low he is?
Yes. Okay, so give me a roll.
15.
15. You'd say he's definitely bloodied. He's not crispy.
Not single digits.
But he's definitely looking more than half dead.
Okay.
More than half dead.
So I'll be like, so, Race, anything you think you could do to help Brian here? He looks a little bit hurt. You're a druid. Do you have any of that weird, wild druid magic?
I didn't think of that before I wild shaped, because I can't while I'm in wild shape.
And you're like, I was like, oh, you're a fucking bird. So I will... if you want to stay as a bird, we could make some distance, I suppose. I was just thinking we could take a short rest to heal him up, but does he get healed on the short rest, DM, as a question, aside from...
Well,
yes.
I was going to say, if we might do that at some point anyway, I might as well drop it, because I've still got one more use of it, and I get them back on short rests anyway.
You get back on a short rest?
Yeah.
Ooh. Good to know. So I'll say, I said, I'll say you might want to heal him because he's looking a bit hurt, and I've got a little bit of healing, but maybe we could both do it.
So I'll drop back into normal glam form. And what have I got? I haven't actually used many spells at the moment.
We've just rested. It's like this was our first. We woke up and we set off, and this happened because we're only we're 10 minutes away from the town, but we rolled a natural 1, I think, on our leaving.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing. I'm hoping we aren't going to get much more combat today. So yeah, we might as well.
Bar fights in Bryn Shand are definitely going to happen.
Go a bit more. So we'll cast Healing Word at 3rd level.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Right, so roll our d20.
Oh, okay.
Whilst he's doing that, I will also cast...
I'm going to roll a healing first, but...
I roll Healing Word at 2nd level. Oh, Jesus, I rolled 2 1s. So I will give...
I'm probably all right.
I will give six points of healing from me to the owlbear.
6 plus 5 is 11 points of healing from me.
Okay, and
so 17 points of healing total.
Yep, he is no longer looking bloodied. He looks like he's been in better shape before, but he's no longer bloodied.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. Oh, buddy, how's you gonna scratch his little ears and around his feathers, and anywhere there's healing, I'm just gonna rub it down as I'm speaking. So I'm gonna use oh buddy to use as my healing word.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm
Anyone
healing
who's
him.
ever had, seen a stray dog or pet dog, you do not rub them on their wounds.
I do. 25. I healed him as I did it. It was fine.
No, he immediately snaps at you, but you pull your arm back before anything bad happens to it. He's a bit tender, and he kind of wanders over to Toxeros and kind of does that little dog thing where they walk around twice and sit down next to him.
There we go. Right, I'm just choosing my spells for my Warlock that for some reason got deleted when I leveled up. I don't know why. So I'm going to do that. And I'm guessing that... So we already rolled our rolls, so we're guessing we're on the road again.
Right, so it is...
That's actually what I'm singing as we're going along as well.
It is first thing in the morning. Well, I say first thing in the morning. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. The twilight that passes for daylight here in Icewind Dale is just starting. You can kind of see the landscape. You can't see the sun. and you know that you're relatively close to Bryn Shander. You could probably make it maybe before the light gives out.
So I guess I'll say to the guy, well, not to the guy, Toxie's got something to ride. Jax, do you want me to turn into a horse, or are we going to go on foot? Don't reckon we're that far away.
We should just, we'll horse. I mean, if how far did you think we were? About an hour away.
I'll actually tell you right now because they give us a handy dandy time. Okay, so you are the same distance as that.
So annoying.
So you are... Right, there. Okay, so you are about 3 hours away from Bryn Shander.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, I would say, you horse up and I'll ride you like a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? I talk, say you gonna ride on Brian.
I am indeed.
I'm still getting used to this beard. Got the snow out of it. And let's make our
You
way.
can store food in there for later.
That's something you got to show me how to do.
Well, it just sort of happens when you eat.
So you guys have a fairly uneventful trip for the rest of that. The blizzards, the snow, they don't really set in. It's a clear, crisp day. You make good time and find yourselves, just as the sun, just that twilight starts fading, you find yourselves outside of Bryn Shander. And I think I've got this here. Go. So, 1 second.
Ooh, we're giants.
Right, I assumed... Are you a horse right now, or are you on the back of someone else's horse?
So I'm on the back of him, and he is a horse right up until... As we're approaching the gates, I would sort of get off and say, we should go in as dwarves.
Right. Okay, so... For people who have... Sorry, if you can just adjust your screen a little bit. For
Give me 2
Twitch.
seconds. Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, mate. I'm just... Whereabouts are we?
Other corner.
Of course we are. There we go. Yep.
Right. As you start approaching Bryn Shander, an ominous glow, an ominous purplish glow starts to emanate from your robe, Captain Jax.
So 1 second. I'm still trying to choose this. Can you remember what my 2 spells were? I think I took... Did I take Hex or Hellish Rebuke?
You definitely took Hex.
That's what I thought. Cool. Armor of Athos, Hex, Eldritch Blast, and Mage Hand. Super. Right. Sorry about that. I do apologise. And I've got Pack Magic spell slots. I need to get rid of that. Oh, that's all done. Let's get rid of that screw from there. I saw what, DM? I do apologise.
Yeah, no, it's dark twilight where you are, and what you can see, you just notice that as you look down, your robe, your actual clothes seem to be somewhat glowing. There's some purplish glow emanating from one of your pockets.
I will reach into my pockets.
And you pull out a folded piece of paper with the symbol of the Traveller on.
Yeah. And is it the note from before?
It just seems to be glowing a little bit brighter than it was before.
Okay. I don't want to say, look at this. Guys, this is like, can you see that glowing?
Yes.
What is it?
I mean,
Can
I've
they
got
see it
pretty
glowing, or
good
is it just for
vision.
me?
They can see it glowing. They can't make head nor tails of the language on it.
And I was like, I got this note. Sorry, did I mention it? I'm sure I mentioned it. I think it's from my own like deity, the traveller that I kind of made a deal with. What it says is, I have cities but no houses. I have forests but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? Remember, you can only say you know it if your character would know it. You can maybe roll. You have to roll, probably, I imagine. Dear, what do they have to do?
How wise or intelligent would you be? That's your question.
Well, I'm fairly wise. Not very intelligent, but I'm quite wise.
Right, so Who's doing what?
I'm just saying that to both of them. So do they need to roll to see if they understand it, or?
Well, tell me, Glamreus, Toxerus, would you even help your comrade?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't see why not. Like a puzzle.
Okay, so how would you solve this? You got to tell me. Would you look back on your history of riddle solving and try and remember this one? Would you try and work it out with your wisdom?
No,
Would you set at your intelligence?
No, pray.
Would you use your charisma to ask passing travellers?
No, I'd still pray.
He's going to pray, so he needs to use his religion?
Religion.
So a religion check from Aki.
Fuck, have I just screwed myself?
Probably.
Yeah.
But do you know what? It's good. I like the fact that you didn't look at your stats, you role-played it, which is the way to do it. I don't even have a character sheet open when I make decisions. I just leave that there and then go to it.
He's proficient in religion. How the hell?
Well, I am a monk, to be
Actually,
fair, and I have
he is a monk.
fourth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue.
Yeah, that's not
I
bad.
should have checked that myself. Right. Okay, go on. Are you doing anything, Glamreus?
So yeah, I mean, I'm obviously wisdom based, so I'm gonna be wise about it. I'm not sure how you be wise, but just sort of
He's going to think about it.
think about it, but not in an intelligent way, in a sort of wise way.
Intelligence is knowing that tomato is a fruit, and wisdom is knowing that it does not go in a fruit salad.
Yes, that. And to be honest, given that I've got some idea that I know the answer, I think it is more a wisdom thing than an intelligence thing.
So give me a wisdom check.
Okie dokes.
I don't think you know it. I think you're making it. Is that a natural fucking 20?
That's a nat 20. I have to
what
hope
did
that
you
I
get over
actually
there,
do know it.
Toxeros?
16 in total.
Right. I think this is going in the direction of our druid.
Wait a minute.
I'd like to think that Yaki's sitting there praying, and whilst he's praying, Gaz has just gone, well, 1 second, I think I know.
Oh, isn't that a map?
What do you mean, a map?
Well, a
As
map
you
has
say the
cities on
word
it.
map, the document starts to unfold once again, then again, then again, revealing a circular map of Icewind Dale. As you move this around, the image on it seems to stay still. As you turn, the world seems to turn and stay in line.
We've
almost
got
like
a
a line to a
compass map. Amazing. Holy shit. I'm adding. I want to add this to notes. Jesus Louises. Okay. So the new thing is note from the traveller. It is a map / compass. Excellent.
Right. And you, Captain Jax. You hear, almost in your head, emanating from the map itself, the reassuring voice of the traveller. You hear him say, Captain Jax, while I cannot join you on this journey, I gift you with a trinket. There are many things in Icewind Dale, many travellers to be helped. You are my arms, you are my feet, you are my acolyte, and I give you this so that you might help carry out my will here in Icewind Dale. Yeah.
And I'll say out loud, even though I don't realize no one else can hear that. I'll be like, I'll do my best.
Okay, so as you're looking at your map, you can see the settlement of Bryn Shander on there, and you can see that's glowing in particular in purple a little bit, almost throbbing.
Okay.
Wham, wham.
So I think the traveller wants us to go to places to help people, and this is one of those places, which is quite useful that we came here anyway. You know what I'm saying? So let's go and get some, maybe find a tavern and see what's going on in this town. This town is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Right,
does actually
give me,
look like a
give me some
decent
history
settlement
checks,
here.
guys.
Say that again, guys.
Does look like a decent settlement. Yeah, I'm with you. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so big up here.
Well, before you say that, give me some history checks.
Okay. What's
I know
10.
everything about Icewind Dale right now. I'm rolling all the really good rolls, man, at a really shit time, like for nothing that it matters.
I don't know at all.
Yeah, you can carry on with your genuine surprise.
22 on history for me.
10.
Toxeros?
10.
Right. So Glamrayas Toxeros, you don't really know much about Icewind Dale. You don't know much about Bryn Shander. It's just a point on a map. Captain Jax, though, you are very well travelled. You know, you've been to a lot of places. You've heard a lot of rumours. Been to a lot of taverns, and you know from adventuring, from talking, that for people visiting Icewind Dale, the first stop for most travellers is Bryn Shander. You know it's a walled town perched atop a cold and lonely wind-lashed hill. You know of its bright lanterns suspended over its narrow streets that twist in the wind and add flecks of colours to the town's otherwise drab surroundings. You know that of all the settlements in Icewind Dale, this is... And bear in mind, they're not the most welcoming of places. This, among a town of... standoffish, well, among a realm of standoffish people, this is about as friendly as it gets. Although certainly Oriel's rhyme has not helped matters. As you guys walk up to the southwestern gate, you see 30-foot high walls that just surround this settlement. Now, these aren't stone walls, they are upright wooden poles. You can actually kind of see the dirt and mud brick behind the wooden poles, as this is pretty much earth frozen in permafrost, mounted in wood. As you look, you can see a guard or two on the ramparts as they patrol the edge of the city. And in front of you, you can see the southwest gate. You can see a couple of what look like traders or... You know, people bringing their wares to the city, a couple of carts with farmer types there. Or at least they would look like farmers if they weren't covered in thick pelts. And you can see the couple of guards on the gate questioning people as they try and enter the settlement. Again, to the east of you, you can also see what looks like a small structure. Although you'd have to go a bit closer to work out what it was. What do you do?
So, as we're approaching the village, town, whatever, towns, it's called 10 towns. As we approach, can I just take note, looking at the guards on the walls, looking at the guards coming up, are they wearing a specific colour or type of cloak?
Actually, they have got an emblem. If I can actually find it, I may have to get Glam to look this up. I'll tell you what, I'll link it while I try and find the in-game
I can't believe
link.
he's telling me that without me having a roll. That's like free information.
Oh, there we go. So, Glam, if you look on Roll20, that's actually come up.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'll see if
Throw
I can
that in
find
your
it.
screen.
Oops.
Player handouts.
So for the moment, I'm just going to make a note of it, and I am making a note of it. As a specific design I can replicate. Because obviously I've got a cloak that I can make look however I want it to. So I can definitely have a cloak that looks like one of the guard cloaks, although I don't think that's advantageous currently, but it might be down the road.
Not right.
Yeah,
now.
so you can see they wear the sigil of Bryn Shander, which is its coat of arms is a fleck of wheat with two antlers there, because it's a very prosperous town. Probably not in the grip of an eternal winter, but if this wasn't covered in snow, this would be kind of the breadbasket of Icewind Dale.
Okay. As I walk, I will notice the magnificent splendour of the way the hill is, and remember back to the books that I read as a child of Drisdwerden fighting here to help save the town. AKA, I just recently read that book about... By the way, I rolled a really good history check on this town, and I just read a book about this town. I'm just saying. Right, let's go. Let's... So yeah, I think... What is the building to the right?
Who wants to inspect that?
What, the little nubbin thing here?
Yeah.
You realise we say little, it's as big as all the other houses, so I'm guessing it's...
Yeah, we're just massive, yes.
Yeah, we are giants in this world.
Didn't realise
The guards are as big as houses.
the town of Lilliput, is it? Or whatever.
Yes, it's a very small town.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go actually up and investigate it, but I will look at it with my...
So you've gone back to
vision.
human. You've gone back to human form, yeah. As we approach to get to about here, you'll go back to human
do
form.
the talking and that.
Yeah,
so we could.
Yeah, you can see a half-built structure. It's kind of looks a little bit religious, like someone was intending to build a church or a chapel of some sort out of here. But it doesn't look like it's been finished, or at least the project appears to be abandoned. You can also see, just off to the, let's say a little bit north of it, we're going to say a gravestone. You can see text, but you can't work it out from this distance.
Okay, I shall let Toxie and Jax know that. Like, I don't think I'm particularly interested in finding out who it was.
Might be interesting for the history, but maybe we'll come back. So I will lead the front. We will walk toward the gate, dressed as travellers on the road.
Now, can I ask what the situation is with people's looks, with people that apparently are animals?
So he's already changed back to a human, and I'm going to say to Toxeros,
is that correct, Glamorous?
He said that.
Yes, because I needed to do the talking about the map and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so we'll put you back there.
So I'm going to speak to Toxie and be like, Toxie, I don't think our friend Brian is going to be particularly welcome in a town. I mean, we can try and say he's a pet. I can probably talk him into anything. So, if you want to bring him in, we can bring him in. Alternatively, maybe you want to... Or maybe we could ask for stables. That might throw... Stables for our mount. I think that's actually a great... Do you know what? Let's just keep going. So, yeah, we're going to go as a... Is that all right, Toxie? What do you think?
I think that's a fucking brilliant idea. Let's do it.
Maybe you should ride him, and we'll you ride, and we'll walk in front, like where your footman.
Let's do this. At which point I will obviously then get on Brian and go for it. Majestically, okay. I'd like to add, with my my monk robe flowing.
Right.
Majestically riding an owl bear.
Okay, so as the carts and the peasants filter their way through, eventually the three of you come up to the guards. Halt!
What are
Who
they?
Goes there?
What race are they? So they are human. Damn it! I was trying to be clever and be all like, hello, welcome. We're just a couple of lowly dwarves, and this is our fine dragon-born master, riding his most recent conquest, the owlbear, and we are here to visit your amazing town that we've heard so much about.
Okay, so they're gonna...
Forgive my rather wordy manservant. I just need somewhere for us all to sleep for the night, please. Obviously, I'm going to assume, this is very unusual for me, but I'm going to assume that air to try and show that I'm actually in charge, and then give you two a stern look.
You might steal the role from me that we need it. It's all good though. Go.
Okay, before you roll, they're going to look the three of you up and down. Right, an air of suspicion on their faces. What business do you have in Brinchanda? Clearly you're not traders. Because the people in front of you all had carts, they all had wares in the back. The three of you appear to be, save for Snowy Owlbear, pretty much just the clothes on your back.
Not everything that's traded is large in size.
Ooh.
I mean, don't take that the wrong way. He's very large in size, but he's he means that he trades small trinkets and such the like, and he ships them on big airs. Have you not heard of Toxeros Tangerite? How'd you say your surname again? Tangerite Jack. I was right the first time. I knew I should have just gone with it, boss.
At this point, I'm just going to go. Just pipe down, and then I've got a little eye patch in my thingy. I'm just going to pull one of the precious stones out of it, and I'm just going to show them and go, does this tell you what I trade? And then put it very gently back.
Great prop. Okay. Right, so you're putting yourselves forward as traders. Okay. So, the guard is going to say something on the lines of, traders. Well, let's look up We've been getting a lot of refugees from other settlements. Too many mouths to feed, too little food going round. And I want you to give me a roll. You know, how genuine are you? With advantage, persuasion with advantage. It's the truth.
That's 15.
Plus,
My
minus?
persuasion is plus 0, I think. And that is a 15.
So 15.
Okay. Okay.
I get 15.
A 15 with a full stop because they were both 15s.
They were both 15.
Okay, so you're coming across quite genuine. You have pulled out jewels. You do look like traders. Trade is definitely something that Bryn Shander is desperate for. You know, with what's been going on with winters, the never-ending winters, the eternal darkness, trade is one of the few things keeping these settlements alive. So, they say, very well, you may enter the city. The gates close at last light, so you're lucky to get in. Now, if it be somewhere to stay you're looking for, I'd suggest the Norfolk. Towards the centre of Binchanda, there's a nice bar, a nice tavern, and they're known to bed travellers, if you know what I mean. But don't dally. The streets are dark and people are desperate these days.
So what was it called? The Norfolk.
The Norfolk Tavern.
You talk about it as a recommendation and beds. Firstly, how good is it? And secondly, how comfortable are the beds?
Right. You'd have to ask old Scransacks. I've got my own bed. I don't sleep in the inn that much. Maybe just
Sorry, Scransacks. Who is Scransacks?
Scransacks. He's the inn's proprietor. Used to be an old sellsword back in the day, but these days he tends to the travellers that make their way through to Bryn Shander.
Scransacks the sellsword. Right.
Ex-sellsword. Where adventurers have to retire, you know.
This I'm sure is true.
Is that the most expensive place in town? Because my patron does like the finer niceties. Is there maybe a slightly more expensive upmarket, or is that like the upmarket?
He's going to get a little annoyed, and he's going to say, "What do I look like to you? The tour guide."
I apologise for my manservant. Manservant, please lead the way. I apologize if it's okay with you guys. I'll take them in and I'll shut them up.
Okay, so you start to walk into Bryn Shander.
As we walk in, I'm gonna palm him a silver and just say, "Thank you for the information. I do apologise for going outside my station there.
Are you talking again?
Just so that I know, if that's where the nice people go, is there a real rough and ready place for us, like?"
Fuck's sake.
Just to get...
I'm so sorry.
I was doing that quietly behind him, and that was like a sleight of hand shit.
I'm gonna roll for that.
It's a small town. Go see Scramsacks and he'll sort you out.
Okay.
So as you start to walk in, so you walk into the city, Toxeros walks into the city with his manservant following him. And just as soon as Glamraya starts to step forward, both guards put their spears down and block his way. Where do you think you're going, laddie? Durgars are not welcome in the city.
I'm not a Dragard. I'm a dwarf. I'm just feeling a bit under the weather at the moment.
Yeah, and my mother's a Trask. That guy there, he's a dwarf. You, my friend, I have seen enough Durgar to know what you are.
We're from the same family, I'll have you know. We're both from Waterdeep. And he's just going through something.
Going through something? You, from the same family? You're not even the same shade.
I'm definitely
We've got different fathers. You know what it's like, especially in Waterdeep.
I'll bet, but rules are rules. Speaker, and what is their name? There we go. Speaker Dervessa. She has put firm orders in place. No Duragar in the city. I'm afraid there's now I can do.
Is there any way we can prove he's not a Durgar?
I was going to say, what race are they?
They're a kind of dwarf, the same way that drow are a kind of elf.
Yeah, they're from the Underdark, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you roll me some persuasion? Does he really want to try and help you?
That is cocked again. That's, you guys can see it. That is
Cocked.
firmly between 17 and 7. That is a 16 plus, I think it was 12, wasn't it? That is a 16 for persuasion plus 12, so 28.
You want
He's
me
gonna
to see how bad mine is?
Well, I'd like to see how good you can persuade him you're not a Duragar.
Probably not very well, but we shall try it. Oh, actually, not too bad. 17 minus 1, so 16.
Well, it's no 28. Right. So yeah, so he's gonna look at you, Captain Jax, and he's gonna take pity on you. You know what? He's clearly a Duragar, but if you say he ain't, there may be something we can do. Now, as you can appreciate, I can't let Duragar in the city. But if he's just a dwarf that looks like a Duragar, we may be able to make an exception. And he's just going to look at Toxeros for a second, right, in the owlbear. Make sure you take that thing to the stables, mate. Don't go in the city. But he's going to turn back to you. If you would find a priest for me, a priest that could maybe cast one of them spells, Zone of Truth, that's it. We use them sometimes when we're investigating things, crimes and the like. If you could put him in a Zone of Truth and get him to swear to us he ain't a Duragar, when he can't lie, then I'd have to accept it. I'd have to accept it. But, unless he can prove it, I can't let him in.
Will you allow him to accompany my steed to the stable?
I can't let him through the gates.
Where's the priest?
Well, we're a small town, but ever since the church out there was abandoned, we do have one. If I can actually find the damn thing on here. So the old church in the center of town was abandoned not long after this eternal winter dropped on us. It was the church of the House of the Morning Lord, but new acolytes and new priests moved in since there. I'm sure if you speak to them, someone may be able to do that, or know someone who could.
Boss, did you want to go to the stables and keep an eye on the doorway here with my brother, and I will go and find a priest that I can get to come and help us with his divination magics?
Sounds like a plan. Yep, I will keep an eye. That's fine.
Okay, so Toxeros, you head over to the stables. It's within eye shot of the gate. You can see Glam standing there. You can see the guards, clearly with their their staves or whatever crossed, barring entry to the city. And the light is fading from the sky, and you know what they said. The gates will be closed at for the end of the day. Well, when it's dark out, anyway. Captain Jax, so you're heading off into the centre of the...
As I walk away from the man Toxeros, as he's heading to the stables for an interaction, I'm just going to pull out the Wand of Smiles and cast it on him. Because he's been a bit... I think he's been even a bit down lately, so I thought I want him to be cheerful. So I'm just going to do a little cast of the Wand of Smiles that I just remembered is in my backpack, so I got it back. Right, so you just need to make a DC... I think it's Wisdom, isn't it? Make a DC 10 only, Charisma saving throw. Aki.
That's a 7.
Your Charisma is 0. We established this about 10 minutes ago.
Piss.
So you're basically smiling.
No, it's +1. It's 8.
It's still not 10. So you are, for the next minute, you are like... Hey, it's me. I'm a happy motherfucker. just for 1 minute, I think it is.
Okay, so Captain Jax
I wanted to make you smile for a minute. So you smile for a minute. Just as a DM question, And if
Yep.
maybe I'll check this with the guard. If I can find this guy and get back here, will you still let him in even if the sun's gone down?
Well, we gotta close the gate when the last light fades, but we can always crack it a little bit or open the what do they call it? There's always a little guards gate, a much smaller one for letting in guards and things from outside. So definitely they can let him back in, but the main gate will close.
Okay.
How long do we think we've got until sunset?
Not very long.
Not an hour.
You may be waiting on the other side of that.
So in future, I might want to leave you as a horse.
Well, no, there's a reason I asked how long, but I think I might start doing it anyway, to be honest. I'm going to de-attune from my Ring of Obscuring and attune to my Cloak of Disguise.
Nice. I was going to ask if you got a disguise item.
Which allows me to do
Amazing.
Disguise Self. I'd disguise myself as myself, just with a rosier complexion, before I went grey.
Okay, so you're doing that in the
But
background.
that's-
So, Captain Jax, if I can just jump there. So your character is going to be heading up into the center of Prince Shanda. We've got Toxie in there. We've got an owlbear going to the stables. And let me see. Just going to unhide a couple of things for you.
Whilst you do that, I need to pee. If you want to get the map set up, I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back. If anyone wants to have a quick break, we're going to take a quick 3-minute bio, and we're back on the other side of a small bio where we're going to hopefully get to explore a town, meet some people, and hopefully get Gaz into town and not me. You could have just become a bird and just flown in. I mean, it's not exactly an issue, but
This is true.
We'll be back
Yes.
shortly.
Well, actually, I can't until I take a short rest. So I'm short resting and tuning to the cloak. So we've got a fallback if the zone of truth thingy doesn't work.
Smashing. Okay, see you guys all shortly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm back. See, I have a crazy idea, DM. Which is, I could just message Gaz to be a bird, fly really high at darkness, fly in and meet us. Then I could come back and go to the guards. What do you mean you've lost my friend? He's probably murdered by my brother! My brother!
It has to be pronounced murder.
He's been murdered! He's gone! It's all your fault! So I am drinking an exciting beer. See that dun 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 from the battle music earlier? It does that sometimes. It gets stuck in a loop, and there's nothing you can do other than restart the entire computer.
Yeah, so I was coming back from Cornwall literally this
Check
weekend.
out the beer. It's like it's got a jester on the front, and I'm a jester, so I had to. And it's even got a picture of like a jester on the back. This beer was made for this show. 7.4%. Ultra hoppy hazy IPA,
Wow.
which developed the best new hoppy combinations. There we go. I won't read the rest out because it's not beer of the week.
That's not a session beer.
Definitely. Right. So let's go live. Here we go. We are live. We did that live, obviously. So let's go. What's happening, DM? What we doing?
Right. So Toxeros is trying to settle an owlbear with some very worried-looking stable hands. You are heading off towards the centre of Brinshander.
Aki smile. Cheers. I've got an owlbear. I need to rest for the evening.
I do. You twat.
Hey, you started the chaos shit. And it's my job to do this, man. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I hate you.
So I would obviously ask around. Excuse me. I'm looking for.
Can you
yes.
see where you are right now?
Yes.
Right. Keep that in mind. And boom. You may have to zoom out, then zoom back in.
Yes. Oh, you didn't have zoomed in the exact right place. That's just rude.
Yeah, I'm pinging you.
No, you're not. I've zoomed all the way out.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Oh, yeah. Fuck me, that's a map and a half, innit? Okay.
It's a big settlement.
I love it, though. Good maps, mate. Loving it. I'm loving it like this. So I'm going to obviously be asking around if I see anybody. I'll be like, looking for someone who can help me, find like a priest of some kind. If anyone... hello, excuse me. Do I see another dwarf?
Yeah, as you do this, most of the people that you try and speak to, most of them skitter off about their business, very wary of strangers. Roll me a... what check would this be? Are you going to threaten someone into helping you, or are you going to try and be nice?
No, nice to start off with. I'm just trying to get people's attention.
Okay, I want you to give me a combination of... I want you to give me 2 rolls. I want you to give me a persuasion check and also a dexterity saving throw.
2 good rolls. I mean, 2 good stats that I got to roll off. So 18 and 27.
Basically, you gotta convince someone, and you gotta be quick about it.
Yeah. So 18 and 20. 18 was the speed, and 27 was the persuasion.
Yeah. So just as someone's about to run off, you manage to grab their arm and just spend a couple of seconds. Yeah. And as they turn around, they don't know who you are. It's a small town. They know everyone, more or less. Yeah. So who are you? What do you want?
I need to get hold of a priest late at night to get to the door. A friend of mine wants to come in, and we need a priest to come over. And it's a whole story. It's very complex, but I need someone that knows the spell Zone of Truth.
Well, I don't know anything about spells, but yes, certainly there's a church in the central market. It's the House of the Morning Lord. Although I'm not entirely sure it's the Morning Lord that occupies it anymore, but there's certainly someone religious there.
And so just like left, right, or
They're going to
simple directions. Thank you.
It's down there and round a bit. Legitimate directions I got from someone once.
I'm gonna thank him.
What was it us when we were trying to tell you where we were in London?
I'm gonna thank him, and then head off in that direction.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of revealing. Yeah, so as you move over there, you can see it's a church-like building. It's got a spire. You can see that the doors don't appear to be unlocked. They're open ajar, and you see there's kind of an atrium in there. Oh, have we lost someone?
Aki's doing something.
No, I've just come back. I crashed.
Yeah, so you can kind of see there's an atrium in there as you stick your head around, and a secondary door at the back. You can't see anyone in the initial area, just some seats, some I want to say religious propaganda.
Can I look at the religious propaganda and just see who it's for?
Yes. Okay, just 1 second. Okay. Right, so you can see that some of the inscriptions in the stone appear to refer to a deity by the name of Lanfadar. Sorry, no. Lanfander. And roll me a religion check.
I got the dice. Actually, I've got to go to the screen anyway, so let me go in there. Click on religion. Oh, +3 is not bad. Natural 20. So nat 20, kids! We're getting close to that 100. We're getting so close to that 100. If we get 3 more tonight, we could be giving the money away tonight.
That's mental.
Yeah, you
What sort of
used
tech
to
was that?
live in a city, by the name of Waterdeep. A lot of deities there, and yeah, you remember the Temple of Lanfadar there. You remember he was known as the god of the dawn and rebirth. The priests, they always used to refer to him as the Morning Lord. Right. Let me just check some. But you can see that some of these inscriptions to Lanfadar. Lanfander appear to have been defaced, scratched off, and what appears to be pasted over it in kind of an untidy fashion is religious propaganda, right? But it refers to the Morning Lord, which again you think is Lanfander, but it's referring to the Morning Lord as Ammon. I'm going to have to push this one down if anyone can help me pronounce that. Amanator.
Amanator.
Yeah. So
I've
Amanator,
actually
the Morning
heard of Amanator.
What does your character know?
I can't, the thing is, JJ can't remember where he's heard it, but JJ has heard it. He just doesn't remember where. Probably I did the whole book of Icewind Dale, so it's probably then.
Well, if you want, you can roll a religion check.
Definitely, because I like to know my religion. Can't live a natural 20 and give me both, but I'll take another 21. Fucking rolling tonight. I'm rolling on nothing. I'm rolling to find out about gods, not like attacks or anything.
Right, this strikes you as a little interesting. You remember what happened to your friend Glamreus. He found a wizard in a cave that seemed a bit odd and seemed somehow tangentially related to the Nezarese and their floating cities. And you remember that Amanator was the Nezarese solar deity of order, the sun, the law, and time. So it seems to be that one god of the sun has now been abandoned and replaced with another.
So he's the Netherese god of the sun.
Yes.
Cool. Good to know. My spell checker doesn't know what Netherese means. Fucking hell, spell checker. You know what I mean? Come on. Get down with your Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna walk in. I'll be like, "Hello, is anyone here? Can I get some assistance, please?"
As you walk in, you say that. You don't hear anything. Nothing seems to be going on. I mean, it's quite chilly in here, but the next set of doors seem to be closed fast. You haven't checked at this point to see whether they're locked or unlocked.
Knock, knock on the door. Is anybody in? Can I come in? Is anyone naked in there or anything? Sacrificing any virgins?
You hear, and let me just check. Here's where you just try and check. Is this, because the names are so confusing, is it a female or a male character? Do they even have
I think it allows you to just go with it. You choose. Dealer's choice.
It does until they have a token.
Oh, yeah. With like a...
Right.
It's like, yeah, her name's that. His name is this. With massive boobies.
Okay, that I'm going to say is a man with long hair. So you hear a male voice just say to you, "Come in, my child."
I will open the door, yeah.
Okay, so let's just move you in a little bit. And let's do some revealing. Right, so as you walk in, you can see a traditional sort of church-like building. You can see pews, where people would be sitting to pray.
There's always a creepy teddy bear. That's all at the church. There's always a creepy teddy bear. Aki, your church, I bet you've got a creepy teddy bear.
I couldn't possibly confirm or deny.
So you can see you can see a man. He looks very priestly. He's at an altar at the front, book open. He's kind of writing notes, the sort of thing you might expect someone who is researching a sermon might be doing. And
like the bishop, actually, when you go for your teas.
And obviously, as you look around the room, you also see what appears to be a teddy bear sat down on one of the pews, just to the right of you.
Is the teddy bear moving?
Roll perception.
This is freaking me out, man. Don't like
Everyone's
it.
worried by the teddy.
We're gonna spend an hour checking on the teddy. 18.
Doesn't really seem to be moving.
Should I keep my eye on the teddy, kind of like that, as I'm walking forward, just to see if I see it move, see if its eyes are following me in any way. And I'm gonna head out and say, hello, my name is Jax. I'm looking for like a pious kind of person, someone that would be able to maybe cast a spell called Zone of Truth. Someone that would be able to tell if my friend is lying, because he needs to get in and the door don't believe that he is a dwarf like me.
Oh, well, we certainly come to the right place, my child. This is the house of Amanator, the deity of light and love, and hopefully one day the morning lord that will bring light back to our lands. You say you need some help. What help do you need from Amanator?
Well, the guard was just saying if we could get someone, maybe yourself, to come and just see if my friend is telling the truth, and because he is. You can just see that he's telling the truth. Tell them that he's telling the truth, and then we could come in and find a place to rest for the night. That would be great.
Zone of Truth, you said. Well, Manator blesses all those who contribute to his cause. And he kind of kicks a can at his. You hear a little jingle. It is so hard to keep the lights on in this church. So many people have forsaken our morning lord in this dark hour.
It's always tough. No, I understand the toughness that you've got to go through. I'll drop in a gold.
Behind you hear a voice. Right. Yeah. So you hear a very very high pitched kind of voice as someone says,
"Fucking Teddy, he's just freaking me the fuck out."
Mission, you're not so mission. You're not shaking someone down again, are you?
As you see this teddy bear kind of get up and start walking down the pews, and to that Mishan says, "Shush you! He's clearly looking to help a Manator. You should leave the poor man alone.
You should leave his poor wallet alone."
And it's great to see you. What is that's Mishan, I assume, and what is your name?
Copper Knocker.
That is
Pleased
great.
to make your acquaintance.
Pleased
And,
to make your acquaintance.
Yes, we're all here for the morning, Lord, aren't we, Mishan?
Just shut up, you.
I'm just. Can you? Is either of you able to come and help me out of my predicament?
All right. Mishan's going to ponder on this for a second and say, "Copper Knocker, make yourself useful and go help this man."
I will look
By the way,
down.
how much did you donate?
1 gold.
1 gold. It's definitely worthy of a spell.
I'm gonna look down to Copper Knocker. I'll be like, so the guards, they're
So
good?
by the way, Copper Knocker's going to look up at you and he's going to say,
Pleased to meet ya.
and he's going to hold out his hand. And this is where you realise that he's not a teddy bear. He's a gnome wearing a very furry outfit that it looks like he's maybe carved out from the inside of a small bear. It's very warm looking.
Alright,
Almost like a pair of PJs.
Okay, I can get rid of the Teddy talking now. Small gnome. Teddy-ish. He's got to be our new companion. Right, so yeah, Copper Unlocker. Yeah, I'll shake it. I'll go and I'll reach in and shake his hand.
Yeah.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. It's always a pleasure to meet someone slightly smaller than me because quite small. Right, time is of the
The
essence.
morning Lord bathes us all in the same light.
Praise the morning, Lord.
Praise
Let's.
the morning Lord.
Oh God, we're not doing this again, are we?
So, I will say time is quite important. If you don't mind, if we move swiftly.
Yep. Get along, man. Sorry, get along, Copperknocker. I have a sermon to write.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Not that you got anyone to say it to.
And the pair of you start walking off.
Yeah.
As we make our way back to what's been going on in the Brinchander. So as you've been down there dealing with the stabling the owlbear. Right, can I get to the right part of the map? Stabling the owlbear. Darkness has kind of descended on Icewind Dale. It's been a bit of a walk, not a long one. It's kind of like 15, 20 minutes up to the center, probably another 15, 20 minutes back. You know, in the space of that hour, the sun has gone down and the guards have been forced to close the gates. But you are waiting out there. There are torches on the ramparts. You're not in pure pitch black, but it certainly doesn't feel as safe as it was when you were standing there with the gates open. Right, Glamorous, what are you doing while all this is happening?
So yeah, I was taking a short rest while I was there, so I've got my wild shape back, and I've
Okay, so you're sitting next to the monument, sitting there just taking a short rest, watching yourself being shut out of the closest settlement and just reflecting on things.
Yeah,
kind of absent-mindedly
taking the ring off and
absent-mindedly
attuning to
kind
my
of just
cloak of
doing this little
disguise.
thing with your stone in your hands.
Yeah.
And are you doing anything else?
I suppose while I'm out there, I'm assuming it doesn't count as strenuous, I might as well go read the name on the gravestone that I couldn't be bothered to read earlier.
Fair enough. So you see a little gravestone, and on it says, "Here lies Morgana Cross. May we forever walk in the... when we forever walk the path that she burned for us in her light." And you can see a little initials at the bottom that say H.
Okay.
May we ever walk the path that she...
May we ever walk the path that she carved for us with her light.
Mad Dog, Helly Hansen.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with Hal Homan. Right.
Ooh, Hal Homan, interesting. Right, here lies Morgana Cross. Cool.
Right. I'll just tell you, that's the name of the character that died on the campaign with Hal Homan. Anyway. Yeah, canonically they were building a church outside the city and died before it was ever completed. Right. Clam, as you're reading that, with nothing else to do, hoping that the monstrosities and the dangers outside the city don't swallow you whole before your friends arrive. With your passive perception, you hear a sound. It sounds like psst, psst.
Okay. I'll look around at where that's coming from.
Eagle.
Oh, we need to kick Eagle out now.
Eagle.
Yeah.
Someone kick Eagle out. Drop him out.
What do you do?
Blam!
As you
I look
sit
around
there for a
to see where
second,
that's coming
you
from.
hear this voice, and you're trying to think, do I know that voice?
Blam!
What do you do?
Yeah, I look around to see if I can see where the voice is coming from.
Right, so, and just give me a second. So you see on a nearby rampart a cloaked figure.
Is the cloak billowing?
Strangely enough, it is. And it's billowing in such an impressive way. You haven't seen the like since you were in Waterdeep.
I know that billow.
As
yeah,
the billowing, shadowy figure gets closer, you see a blue, glowing axe. Just gotta add to the dramaticism. Glam.
JD, what are you doing up here?
That's a story for later. What's up? Why are you just out here in the wilderness, I guess?
Well, as you might be able to see, the grey has kind of spread a bit, and
Yes, you do look quite shit.
Yes, they think I'm a Duragar and won't let me in. Jax has gone off to find a priest so that I can confess that I am in a zone of truth, and then they might let me in, maybe.
Well, he'll probably get distracted with a woman or a man or some sort of creature.
It's been the best part of an hour so far. It's
Dear Lord, we've lost him. Right. Let's see if we can't get you into the city. I need all of your help. Let's go.
So what are you doing, JD?
I'm going to look around the wall. It looks, not too high.
Yeah, I mean, the ramparts are patrolled regularly. Right now, there's no one on it. Save yourself.
I will look for a nice quiet spot, maybe one of the darker areas along the wall. We're just going to sort of walk along. And I guess I would use... I'd give him a boost up. I'd give Cam a boost up before I jump up.
Right, so... I'm guessing Mad Dog jumps down from the wall and tries to boost you up. It's about 30 foot, the wall, which in meters is about 10. So... I think one person on
if
another
you're
shoulder makes
European,
about
or
half
it's 30 foot. I mean, whichever way you want to do it. I mean,
I was just going to go. How time sensitive is your mission? Because we kind of have a plan. Even if that fails, I can just fly in. I can fly now. But I just worry that if the guards...
Do you really want to waste time with these plans, or did you want to get into the city?
If the guards think I'm outside and then I'm suddenly inside, then they're probably going to arrest me.
They won't know. They won't care.
It's like bees,
You've
once
always
you're in the
played a
city,
bit
no one
fast and
cares.
loose with the guards, haven't you?
Listen, walk like you own the place.
An
Just
Egyptian.
get up onto the wall and shut your mouth. The more you yakka, the more chance we'll get caught.
I see. You should have said the more you yakka, the more you get knackered.
Okay, Glam, it's entirely up to you. What are you doing? Waiting? Accepting help? Turning into a bird and flying away? I don't know.
Ham, have you
How
deliberately
close
set
am
your
I?
colour scheme so that you look like a Durga?
Yes.
That's amazing. So once you cast Disguise Self, are you going to change it?
Maybe.
Excellent.
So that was going to be my question. How close am I to attuning? How close
Say
is it
after a
to the
short
hour?
rest, you would attune.
Well, that's what I say. Has it been that long?
It would have been long enough. For Jax to get there and back, it's going to take about an hour.
Right. In which case, yeah, I can go with JD, because when I get in, I can always disguise myself to not look like me, and if the guards happen to start looking in my direction.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you're going to take this leg up from JD. Right.
Yep.
It's a 10-meter wall. Right. You can probably make about half of that without any sort of distance. So JD, to really give him that push up to the edge of the wall, I need you to make an athletics check.
Would it not be acrobatics? They do it in acrobatics all the time.
No, because you're pushing someone else at strength.
Yeah.
Okay,
If he was jumping and doing some monk shit, then
Okay.
definitely acrobatics.
fine, athletics it is. Athletics it is.
I'd like to think you're going to roll, and he's just going to turn into a bird and fly in anyway. James, everybody, first roll of this campaign, and it's a natural one. say, and that's where we should end the session. First roll of James in the campaign, and he rolls a 1. That's a crit fail,
I'd
everybody.
say, as my first roll in, a year now, I should get a redo.
You can't play that better. Oh my god.
As Glam Reyes starts to put his foot up, he raises his foot. It's on your hands, and with his foot halfway in the air, things shift around, and he lets loose the longest and ripest fart that you've heard in a long time. And you let go of his foot, you take a step back, and you just give him the death stare.
So I guess I don't want to use second wind.
Right, what are you doing?
Oh. Sorry, that just took me.
Glam could get in his ring, to be honest.
Can I grab him and use my ring of jumping?
Yes, but you still need a strength check to see whether you can carry him. You are quite a strong character. Let me just check your carry weight. You can do 4. Yeah, okay, let's just check what Glam's at.
Can I put him in the bag of holding?
You are able to push, drag, or lift someone of his weight. Yes.
Nice. But can I put him in the bag of holding?
Canonically, they took the bag of holding, so I think Aki has it.
No, they had 2.
Yeah, we bought one.
Well, the answer is yes. After 10 minutes, he may suffocate, though.
I don't think it's going to take me 10 minutes to get him over the wall, but...
Oh, through the gate. I mean, I know the gate's closed now.
Too late. It's over.
It's
The
over.
gate's gone.
In the bag over. I don't think at this point where I'm arriving back.
All right. So he's farting. I'll be like, Glam, I know we went through a lot together, but please don't do that again. And I'm just going to grab him by the scruff of his neck and then jump.
The food up here has been a bit odd.
Okay, so your ring of jumping allows you to jump, was about 45 feet?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so it's a 30-foot wall, so definitely you can jump high enough.
Yeah.
I just need you to give, and he is inside your carry weight capacity, but obviously you're not going to jump quite as high with the extra weight, because you're a little bit over encumbered. So give me fairly low DC, but give me another athletics check.
Okay.
Or
if it's another...
acrobatics if you want.
I'll give you an acrobatics. It is a 24.
That's
I'll
good
just
enough.
pop it in screen. There we go.
It shows on mine as well. I get all rolls, see?
Nice.
So literally, you just grab him by the scruff of the neck, just take him off the ground, and you just jump and you just bound from left to right, just on these little knots and things that are in the wooden ramparts, just landing on top. So you kind of put him down there. You're on top of the rampart. It's another 30 foot down onto the street on the other side. No one seems to be there right now, but you can see off to the... I'm going to put someone there right now. You can see off in the distance a guard tower, and you can see a light, a lantern, that is slowly starting to make its way along the wall. So, what are the pair of you doing?
How far is, just for knowledge?
Again, it's for all intents and purposes, it's night. If you're not near a lantern, you are, you're obscured.
So I guess what we need to do then is go find Jax, because you said you need all of us, and if he comes back to the guards and tries to let me in and I'm not there, and then I'm this side, stuff's going to go weird.
I don't think at this point I'm just getting back to Akim like, so I've got this guy.
Yeah, now you two can see, because it is an open courtyard, it's quite dark, but you two can see Toxeros, Jax, and the teddy bear man I'll grab in a minute, kind of conversing in the distance, a little bit out of hearing range.
So I've got this
there
guy.
they are.
He can cast Zone of Truth. So if we can find where did the guards go that was going to let us in? Are the guards still there on the inside now or not? I'm guessing not.
They're on the ramp. Well, they are on the inside. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would walk over to one of them and be like, I found a priest. He said he's willing to cast Zone of Truth, and we can get all this nonsense all dealt with and get my friend access to the town.
Wait, so
Oh my god,
We can't
he's massive.
He's
We
bigger
can't
than
even-
houses.
It's poetic license at this point.
Yeah. So can I figure out that that's going on? Because if so, I might jump down back out of the
Well,
town
he
again. so I
told
can
you
get
what his
back in
plans
front.
were. You've got a good idea what's going on there. You know, he was going to go off. He was going to find someone. He was going to zone the truth. You can see he's with someone, and he's talking to Aki and a guard.
In which case, I'm going to say to JD, I think I'm going to jump down just so that we can go in and the guards won't try and kill me or anything or other. I know you've got to presumably stay stealthy because you've not gone in normally, but they know that I'm waiting outside and this could all go horribly wrong.
And you're sure this other plan's going to work?
If it doesn't, I can always fly in later. It's fine, or we can jump back in
Right. Meet me at the tavern.
at the tavern.
And yeah.
It's
And then,
at the...
and then I'd like to think meet me at the tavern. The cloak billows, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Like Batman.
I'll gather the others up and yeah, we'll.
I like that you were like, I'll gather the others up, and where the
Where's he
did he go?
Right, now I have to ask, Glam, how are you getting down the 30-foot wall?
Yes, I did think that might be a slight issue. Tell you what,
Do you have a Mary Poppins umbrella in your ring? You could just.
no, it's we're fairly late on the day. I might as well just blow spells. I'll cast spider climb and climb down.
Wild magic.
He did that on purpose.
Dangerous.
Nat 20, even
Nat
though it doesn't
20.
count. So
Nat
it's not.
20.
Or are we counting them?
I would say
What?
so. A natural one
Okay.
fucks you. I mean, 20 doesn't do anything, but it's still a nat 20.
True. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
That's a crit success, everyone. We just got rid of that fail from earlier now. We're now back in the plus section.
So for anyone who doesn't know, spider climb basically gives him the ability to stick to walls and walk along vertical surfaces.
Could have just
So-
used that a minute ago. Some
I
would
know I
say.
could have. I mean, there's
But
lots.
you
of
know,
things
you
I
were carried
could have
along
done.
with James, and it's fine. So,
Yeah.
I'm like, so I come back and see that Toxie's now just his normal old self. I mean, did we not want a cutscene with Smiley Toxie deck bedding a horse?
The thing is, Glam's now going to run back to you and say he saw me, and you have to decide whether or not he's crazy.
True story.
Yes.
So I'll be like, Toxie, did you manage to get the owlbear positioned? They took him in the stables, did they?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, they did.
were a bit
How much
confused.
did that cost you?
It doesn't matter. He's comfortable.
It's more about the fact I want to make the DM take the money off you for doing it. Just fucking each
does
other
cost
over.
money. It does
How
cost
much?
money.
How much is stabling a DM for an owlbear for, let's say, a 10-day?
We'll have to look it up, but I bet hazard pay is involved.
If you let us know, then we'll minus that from the pie funds. Yeah. Oh, that's not a terrible amount. I can't believe Toxirus, you managed to get that cheap. That sounds like a bargain to me. That should definitely roll in. That's canon. JJ thought it was cheap. Yeah, so I've got this guy. He's a bit strange looking, but he's nice enough. Isn't that right? Copper knocker.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm here to help these guys. They're big fans of the Morning Lord. Praise the Morning Lord.
Praise the morning Lord.
Right, and just for the fun of it, I'm just going to move you onto a new screen.
Okay.
There you go.
Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom.
Go to the north.
Yeah.
Look, there's a load of horses we can raid.
So I brought the guy you asked for. What was your name again?
Oh, I'm sorry, we don't give out names to citizens. Data protection and all that.
Mate, do you know that makes total
What was the
sense?
name of the guy that got stabbed after they found out where he lived?
Do you know what? That is actually really clever. I'm surprised more towns don't have anonymous guards. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Okay, so if we
How
get
do
my
you file a
friend,
complaint?
huh?
How do you file a complaint?
That's the you're not there.
I know.
So I'm gonna be like, so yeah, can we get the friend through the little hatch or something? We can cast this zone.
Okay, so Glamroyus is basically going to go right up to the door. We're going to get Cobberknocker to cast that right up against the gates there. We're going to get you and Toxie up at the top along with the guard. It's an area of effect spell, so it will bleed through the door. And as you look over the side of it, you can see Glamreus in that zone of truth. So, while you're standing in there, Glamreus, you physically are unable to lie.
And also, I'm going to cast Zone of Smiles on you, so you have to smile whilst not lying for a minute.
DM, I assume the guards will test it first on themselves to make sure it's the zone of truth.
Oh,
You see, I was thinking of pretending to cast it myself and lying, but then I thought they might do that test, and I wouldn't know what their answers would be. That's the problem.
well, I honestly wasn't going to do that. So he's going to stick out his hand. He's going to hold 3 fingers up and say, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
3,
Now say that again.
2.
Yeah, because you tried to say 3, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
I think it's working.
4, 2.
Jesus. Okay. I'm sure they know the gnome anyway.
Now he's gonna look at you, Captain Jackson. He's gonna say, "Nah, we like to double check this. You know, could you ask like a personal, embarrassing question of your friend and something he wouldn't normally answer?"
I mean, with that in mind, I feel it'd be rude
after all.
to not go to characters. I don't have imported your information. I thought I had characters and then player characters and then Glamreus Barrelman. What do we know about Glamreus?
There's actually not that much.
Not that much. Not that much
He
at
doesn't
all.
have to say something, but he cannot lie.
I will say, Glamreus, what was the name of the creature that turned you to stone?
It was a beholder. I can't remember what the beholder's name was. Do I need to remember what the beholder's
I would say that's
name was?
probably because he didn't give his name until you were turned to stone. That's the right answer. Well done. That's pretty clever. Xanathar, by the way. What a bastard.
That was it, yes.
So the guard's gonna look
Yeah,
over
there was
this and say,
Tarum and Xanathar. It was all bloody confused.
"Yeah, look, it looks like it's working." Right, so I got a few questions for you. So, this man says you are not a Duragar. Is that true?
That is true. I am not a Duragar. I am a dwarf.
Right. And he says that you're his brother. Is that also true?
We're brothers in arms.
We're brothers in arms. Yes.
Roll
How much am I
deception.
allowed to? How much am I allowed to? bend the
No,
truth?
deception. Roll sleight of hand for that.
Is it? We are brothers in arms, but yes, slip in the wording, slip of the tongue. I like it. Who's rolling that? Him, yeah?
Him.
13 plus 1. 14.
No, I'm not quite sure the wording was on there. Did you say you were brothers or brothers in arms?
I said we were brothers in arms.
Brothers in
Stop that.
arms.
It's not quite the same thing, though. I'm not sure you're being completely honest with us.
I mean, so I'll exaggerate here. So yeah, we aren't actually blood brothers. We are brothers. We grew up. No, I can't say that either.
Tricky.
We've been together now for quite a while, traveling and working together. We're like brothers, but not blood brothers.
But he
Okay.
is a dwarf. Truth be
But
told,
I am a dwarf.
as the circle says, the circle shall say. Praise the
Okay.
morning, Lord.
Okay. A little white liar. That's not necessarily the worst thing. But tell me, truly, what is your business in Bryn Shanda, and do you mean or intend any of the citizens any harm?
You can answer that truthfully.
I can. Yeah, we're here
Right.
to trade.
I want you to roll your crystal in your hands when you say that. Brandon.
We the level up crystal, whatever it was.
Yeah. So in the back of your head, you kind of got, you're not here to harm people unless they try and take it. Unless they try and take it, I would harm them if they took it. But I don't want to harm someone. But if they took it, I would harm them.
Interesting.
Okay, so yeah, so let's say, so we're here to trade. and get some information about the local area. So someone I want to go find. I don't intend to harm anyone here unless they try and harm me or steal from me or my friends.
Well, you can't say more than that, can you? No, you look like a fine fella. Well, yeah, I think we can let him in. He's clearly not a Duragard. I mean, how did you get that colour? I mean, was that the colour of your father?
No, it's a long story, but essentially I was around when a child got killed. I felt it was my fault.
You killed a child?
No, this burglar killed a child? Mugger? I don't know. A bad person killed a child, but I was trying to save them, and I kind of felt that it was my responsibility. So I used some necrotic magic to bring him back, and necrotic magic and druids like myself do not mix. And so I started to go a bit grey, and yeah. Then it kind of got worse when I got turned to stone, as my friend made me point out and relive.
Brother,
thank you, Jax.
No worries. Peace.
I got turned to stone, and then I got brought back, and we poisoned. I'm just going on a truth thing, you know. When someone's on
my! You've lived a very interesting life. You have. Oh my! I don't think I've seen the likes in a long time. But if you ask me, it sounds like you got a really hard deal there. I mean, you're only trying to do something nice, and it all backfires on you. Life's just not fair like that. But no,
the story of my life.
Yeah, go ahead. You're fine to take in the hospitality of Bryn Shander. What little we have, and he's going to wave you through into the city.
Excellent.
So they're going to open the gate a little bit.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and
I appreciate it too, because I can tell that you really mean it. Right. So they open the gate, and you come in, and yeah, obviously you see this little bear in front of you. It looks like a bear to you.
Okay.
Just to clarify, just whilst the zone of truth is up and everyone's moving in, and Toxie stood in the zone of truth, I'm going to turn around and say,
okay, I'm actually going to look this up because I just want to see whether it's.
Oh, is it cast on a person?
No. Whether if you were doing a moonbeam, for example, it's not just the area on the ground; it's a cone going up.
Yes.
So I just want to double check that applies to the people above it as well. So just 1 second.
Hey, Toxie. Should I ask you? I'm just gonna just see how you're doing in the zone of truth. Hopefully,
it is a sphere.
So it would work.
It's a 15-foot sphere. So you're on top of a 30-foot high wall.
Oh, so it doesn't count.
You're outside of it.
Outside of it. So I mean, I would know that, so I wouldn't. I wouldn't ask anything.
But
so
he might not know that, so you could ask him anyway. He might think he needs to tell the truth. I mean, he might tell the truth anyway.
Roll deception.
You know what I mean? No, that's fine. I would have known that. I'll just leave it. So I was like, let's head down. Let's go and talk about the last hour.
Right. Okay. So.
See, if I was a god, I would have asked if you're about to sneak in, and we said no.
Well, I was going to say, there were lots of things he could have asked that could have got really difficult to... I thought he was going to say, ask me about Jax being a dwarf or something. Because if he said, is he a dwarf? It's like, well, no, he's not. He just looks like one.
Ping me when we're where we need to be.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just moving you near the church. I'm just moving some stuff around.
So we're going to be at the church, are we?
Roughly there.
Cool.
So, and yeah. So you're all roughly outside the church.
So yeah, once we're out of earshot from the cars,
and JD is going to be skulking in the corner, and until he wants to reveal himself.
Yeah. So while we were on the way back, because I'm guessing the teddy probably doesn't care too much. Go.
Hey, I'll have you know I'm not a teddy. Why you call me a teddy? This is just a fur coat. Are you being dwarf? Are you being gnomish? I'll have you know, I work really hard to get where I am. I deserve to be respected.
Oh, we respect you and the Morning Lord. I don't know why I've gone back to that accent. And the Morning...
This morning, Lord.
We respect you and the Morning Lord, of course. It's when he said Teddy, it's his cousin, Ted, who is also quite hairy like yourself, got a big beard, and he's quite got a hairy chest. I think he was just saying that you look like his cousin, Ted.
Yeah,
roll
Teddy.
deception.
Like.
I'm gonna
19.
13. No, he's fine with that. He's just going to give you the side eye.
I'm just trying to make it feel better.
Right. What are you guys doing?
Never guess. While I was out there, I saw JD.
Who's JD?
And why would he? What?
He's our friend from back in Waterdeep.
Ah, is he religious as well?
Not especially.
What do you mean? You
Well,
saw
we're not
JD?
all perfect.
Did you say you saw JD like JD? I mean, how the hell would he get all the way up here? It's taken us months. And
I
to
don't
clarify,
know.
did he have our fucking bag of holding that he stole?
I don't know. I think he threatened to put me in it, but then he just dragged me anyway.
Good thing he didn't.
I mean, it could have been just like the cold or my mind playing tricks on me, but I don't think so. Anyway, he said to meet him at the tavern. Well, we're going there anyway, so if it was real, we'll see him at the tavern.
Okay, well, I say it's because times are passing. I say we need to find a comedy. It's getting dark. I want to say thank you to you, my young friend Copper Knocker. You won't be soon forgotten, and we will pop. When do you have service?
Ooh. What day of the week is it? Things that you don't track.
Well, we usually have service at about first light, and another one just at last light, because it's the Morning Lord, so we like to welcome the morning in and pray to make sure the morning comes back again the next
It's
day.
total sense. One thing. So what you're saying is you have two services 4 hours apart.
Well, it's not usually 4 hours apart, but Icewind Dale, it's a bit weird, I mean, truth is, not many people really like us here. They got this idea that, that the Morning Lord may be displeasing Oriel, and that's one of the reasons why the sun has not come back. But that's poppycock, isn't it? Because, this is the Morning Lord. If anyone was going to bring it back, it'd be him.
Why do you think that the way things are the way things are?
Well, that's simple, isn't it? Faith. If people had more faith in the Morning Lord, I know it. He would come here and he would bring the sun back. It's all of these people abandoning faith.
I will certainly try and spread the word, young man, as because you've been very helpful today. But we do need to move on, so I do thank you for your time, and please spend my gold generously.
He's going to thank you, and because you're saying that you're going to spread the word, he's going to give you a pan flipped as well.
Great, thanks.
Right, so you just see this teddy bear march off back to the church then.
That was interesting, wasn't it? So, yes, well, we need to head to the tavern, I suppose. Toxeros, how you feeling?
I'm slightly confused, but okay.
You looked really happy earlier. It was good to see a smile on your face. But Brian's okay, yeah?
Brian is fine, and he'll be okay for a 10-day.
Excellent. Right, let's head to the tavern.
Right. Do you know where the tavern is?
No, we're gonna. I will ask someone else because he's worked away.
Well, I will save you from the interaction after a little bit of asking around and a few more grabbing people's arms and forcing them. Where's the tavern? You eventually find that it was actually right next to the church.
I have one question for the DM. Looking around amongst the people that I see wandering around, there's not many, but out of the people that I see, what is the prominent race that I see?
You see all sorts. I mean, you see humans. You see dwarves.
So there is dwarves. That's fine. That's fine.
You do see dwarves. In fact, you do see a group of them huddling by the fire to the north. You assume they're dwarves. They're about that height, but they're covered in thick coats and only their eyes are visible. but they look very, very dwarfish. It seems multicultural. You obviously don't see any drow. You don't see any Duragar. You don't really see any of the more exotic species. Any Heragon, any Tabaxi, or anything like that. It looks fairly inward. But I mean, you've seen gnomes, you've seen people. It seems to have a good cross section of what you'd expect.
I will stay as my dwarven self.
Okay.
So before we go, because obviously it's dark out here, so it's not too much of a problem. But before we walk into the tavern, knowing that they don't like jury guard and I don't look great, since I've reattuned to a thing, as we walk into the tavern, I'll disguise self as myself, but with my original skin tone.
Right. So tell me what disguise self the spell does. I know you should be fine.
So, you make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapon, and other belongings, look different until the spell ends or until your action to dismiss it. It lasts for an hour, though I can cast it at will from the cloak thingy, so presumably I can just keep refreshing it. You can seem 1 foot shorter or taller, fatter or thinner. Can't change my body type. Must have same arrangement of limbs. But since I'm going to be exactly me, that's fine. The changes wouldn't hold up to physical inspection because it doesn't make you bigger or smaller. So if you try and touch it, it'll go through. But again,
so
that
if you're
shouldn't
taller and
matter
someone
because
pats
I'm
you on
the
the
same.
head.
Yeah, because I'm exactly the same size. I'm just changing the colour of my skin. That should be all right. So if they've got any reason to, they can use an intelligence check against my spell save DC to determine that I'm disguised. I can't imagine anyone's really going to be trying to check that I've changed the colour of my skin.
Okay. So are you guys heading into the tavern?
Yes.
Yep. Right. If you want to move your characters, you should be free. As you walk into the tavern, it's fairly empty, right? I mean, this is probably about 5 o'clock, maybe getting on to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So people who would be finishing their shifts, finishing whatever they're doing, might be coming to the tavern. But for the most part, it's empty. You can smell an aroma of...
Is that Gaz's farts again?
It smells like a nice chicken soup kind of wafting from the...
That's what they smell like.
Really
Yeah,
did a number on my guts.
we do call him chicken soup barrel maid for a reason, you know.
Yeah, you can see someone at the bar, cleaning a glass that looks like the spitting image of
I was
Durnan.
about to say, oh my god, do you know Durnan from Orthodox? Because you look just like him.
Yeah, I imported a lot of characters. At this point, I was just like, he's a barkeep, generic barkeep. So.
I think most barkeeps look the same in real life. It's true.
Is this where there's another portal in Meg?
Yeah.
Right. And as you start going in, you can see JD sitting facing the door, so he can see people as he comes in. Sitting around a table in the corner, you can see some patrons sitting there. One of them looking a bit more finely dressed than the other two, but deep in conversation. But as soon as you walk in, they seem to stop talking and eye you up as strangers in the bar.
Full reference, DM, I already have a round of beers on the table ready to go.
Excellent.
Oh.
I'll turn to the others. I wasn't crazy. He is here, right?
I do a stealth check. So
who's here? Bam. What are you talking about?
I'm going to go up and just like touch his arm or something. Make sure I can touch him.
Are you coming in, Toxie? Come and sit down.
Yeah.
So we'll have some drinks. So, good to see you again, friend. What brings you to the cold north?
Before that, it's good to see you all well. It's been a while. I hope you're all healthy. I mean, Glam, you're looking a lot better compared to the shit you looked 30 minutes ago, but I digress.
It was a bit cold out there. It's a bit warm in here. Fine now.
And I pushed a beer towards each of them.
Cheers.
Nice little cocktail for Toxie, because I know he's part of the Finer Things in Life Club.
The beer, as you hold it up and taste it, feels a bit more watery than what you're used to.
You know, our own blend at the pub.
Yeah, more like they may have been watering it down.
I need to tell you about myself.
Okay.
And I need your help in the days to come.
I'm sure we can do that.
Now, I am, as you know me, JD, but my actual name is J Darkforge. I come from Luskan, and my family, for generations, we helped make some of the best swords, some of the finest jewelry, but most importantly, we were working on firearms.
As per
Now-
your certain acclivity for guns, I see.
Indeed, how astute of you. Now, I'm sure if anyone knows about Luskan, it's you, Jax. However, while we were working on one of our finest weapons, none other than Manchun himself stole it. Yes, you're probably wondering, but I thought we defeated Manchun already in Waterdeep.
I know one of them. Weren't there lots of them or something or other?
Yes, lots of clones. Now, I don't know if this is the real Manchun. I don't know how many clones are left, but I do know that the stories and tales I've heard of this weapon that I made, if he is doing what I think he's planning to do with it, we are all in grave danger.
So-
And balance, as we know it, will be ruined.
What's the weapon?
I built a legendary weapon, a legendary firearm capable of using arcane magic. I call it the Void Shot. Let's just say if Manchun manages to unleash the full power of this weapon, it will be bad.
So obviously we're here for our good friend, my brother in arms, Glamorous. We're here to save his, we're here to save his soul, some would say, from becoming too dark to even be. So, you know, we're all good for helping with quests, but our primary goal is save him.
Jax, I know we've not always seen eye to eye on how to handle things, but he won't have a soul to save. You already know how bad Manchun is. We fought him once.
I'm assuming since you're up here, has he come
Are
up
you
here?
assuming or man-assuming? I'm just checking.
I mean, if it was in Waterdeep, I'm assuming you could get, like, the Black Hand people to help you. If you've come up here and recruited us, I'm assuming you believe he's hanging out up here? Is that
I've
correct?
heard whispers that he's headed to the Icewind Dale, and of course, I knew you guys were heading up here for you, Glam.
I mean, I'm not saying that we should prioritize one over the other. I'm more saying that as a team, we need to be keeping our ear to the ground and resolving all our issues, because there's another issue in the area, which I don't know if you've been here long enough to notice, but we've been travelling since our airship crashed. And there's 4 hours of daylight. Do you know how hard it is to get anything done in 4 hours? It might be quicker to actually solve the entire problems of 10 Towns and then just have one normal day where we could solve everything else.
Have you forgot we have this wonderful invention called? And I look around the tavern, pointing at all the torches on the wall, providing light.
It's not great in the weather. You got to see it up here. Once you've lived it, you've not lived it. You've not been in the trenches. But no,
Based on
I mean,
that,
I think
How
we should.
did you get up here?
That was
did
my
you use
next
one of those
question.
teleporty rings?
I mean, it's amazing how quickly you can get up here when you don't crash in the mountains.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm kind of surprised I caught up with you guys this quick. I mean, what were you doing? Why did it take you 30 days to get here?
I mean, we went by
some
sea.
pirates attacked us, and there was a flying thing, and then we crashed. And
You remember
then
Jalaxel? We met the guy, that pirate that we kind of fucked over at the end of the sort of thing we were doing. He caught up with us on the sea, so we took to the air. We flew in a ship. It was amazing. And then we kind of... It turns out that it was my patron that's whole crew was flying the ship. So when we entered this area, the goddess of the era, Oriel, wouldn't let him in. So the entire crew disappeared, and then the ship crashed in the mountains. Toxeros met this group of giants that made him fight weak creatures.
Well, that's all he's good for, so...
And to be honest, there's a guy there called Prax that we have to save as well. I mean, there's all kinds of things that need fixing.
we need to just fix the whole of up here. There's just a lot going on that isn't right.
I think the question is, I mean, obviously we're all willing to try and knuckle down and get through. We need to figure out 3 things. 1, what is going on around here? 2, where Manchun is. 3, where Halhoman is. There's our main 3 things. Now, the big key to all those 3 things, I think, is very important. And the first thing we have to do tomorrow morning when we wake up, we have to go shopping.
Shopping episode. Welcome back, JT.
Oh my god, an entire session. The shopping session, there's nothing worse. Do you know how many characters you need to make?
I was going to end that there, but that's pretty much it. I think we need to go out into the town of Brinshana tomorrow and touch some palm with some coin, find out exactly what's going on here. And, I mean, so what is your information on Manchun? Is he selling the weapon here? Is he developing the weapon here?
Now, I'm just going to interject here just to align it more with the campaign.
Yeah.
So Manchun is a wizard, very powerful wizard. He's on a par with people like Mordenkainen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, JD doesn't know exactly what Manchun is doing, but he does know through Vajra that there have always been tales of Netherese ruins in Icewind Dale, undiscovered and untouched. And the Netherese, with their floating cities and their powerful magics, prior to the Spell Plague, were the most powerful wizards on the Swordwind Coast. They, prior to the Spell Plague, you could cast 11, 12 level spells. It was the hubris of one of them that caused the Spell Plague and the cities to fall from the sky. So he knows it's something to do with that. There's some sort of empowerment of that weapon.
So Manchun is here maybe for either to meet a Netherese or to find something in Netherese ruins.
So it's, yeah, JD doesn't know the exact.
If I knew the exact plan, I'd
That's
stop
it
it myself.
Thanks for sharing that with us, JD. We've actually come across, so strangely enough, the little wee guy you saw us with earlier, he praises a god. His morning lord is not Lanfender, the usual god of the dawn that you would see here. The people that have taken over the church, they're believers in Amunator, who is the Netherese god of the sun. So, you know, maybe there's a clue there. Maybe he might know something about the Netherese, just to put some ideas in there. So yeah, I think what we'll do tomorrow is we'll go looking, we'll go questioning. We have 3 courses of questions. 1, why is it so cold? 2, where could we find some really nice cakes? And or you know, Manchun. And 3, where is Halhoman? We actually have a tip on Halhoman, so it's kind of like pushed, I think, nearer the front. But I'm down with doing what you. What do you think, Toxie?
As long as there's a comfortable bed at some point.
We'll find you a comfortable bed. If we speak to the innkeeper, if they got comfortable beds here.
This is important.
Are you speaking to the innkeeper?
I will. Yeah, I'll just call over a bar server, get a round of drinks, and say, if we wanted a room for the night, A, do you have a couple, and B, Is there one that's specifically really comfortable?
Right. So, just bear with
Honeymoon
me.
suite or something.
She says her bed.
Well, we don't have any beds here, I'm afraid. We specialize in horses and in alcohol. But there is a tavern, which the DM hasn't named, but it's on the map, just to the northwest of here, where you can find.
We asked for a place
bed.
to stay, and you said to come here.
The DM or the guard? I mean,
Oh, the guard's a
guard
fucking
said-
useless motherfucker.
The god said to come here and talk to Scransax, who would.
Scransax can put
Tell
his
us where to go.
Scransax around.
Scransax. Why, that's me.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Yeah.
What do you look like? What does he look like?
He looks like Durin. I'm not going to get a description for him. He
No, does he not have
literally-
it in the thing? Is it what race is he? Anything? Is it in there, or has you made him up?
Right. Okay.
I don't know if he was in the campaign.
Right.
we had a
just bear
picture.
with me.
So I'll be like, it's Scransax. Yeah, I hear you're a bit of a
Okay,
fire
he's,
in your day.
He's human. So he's definitely human.
I heard
right.
you were a bit of a fighter in your day.
Yeah, I was a fighter. But we all have to retire. I mean, we get a bit of gold. You buy a little house like this, a little tavern, a little bar. I've been investing in Icewind Dale. Gold goes a little further here than it does in some of the southern cities. But you gotta like the cold, you know.
How long have
Actually, the other tavern, it's one of my other ones. I don't run it myself. It's a lot of work with all the rooms. I like this one. It's just the beer slinging and the customers. It's much nicer. But yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to have a room. I mean, we don't get many visitors these last 2 years, to be honest. Only the traveling tradesmen from city to city. Well,
So,
settlement. to
which is the borough that we need to go to, the inn that we need to go to get rooms? Is that nearby?
It's nearby. I mean, if you want, I can have one of the staff members take you over. And he says, Greek, can you get here? And what you get is boom, layer. So you see from popping up from underneath the bar, you see a kobold go, hello. Is it Greek? These fine gentlemen would like to go to the other bar. Would you like to take them? Greek, help! That stuff. Yeah, that's right, Greek. You can help them.
Before we go, you've been around here. So you've been here since it was warm.
Yes. We used to have much longer seasons. I mean, we used to have summer. We used to have crops. It's been hard these last couple of years, though.
What's your thoughts on it? Are you one of the religious people, or do you think? What do you think?
Me, I've seen a lot of things in my time. What's happening here ain't natural. The other people think it's something to do with Auril, and I mean, she's the deity of winter. She's well known and powerful. I mean, surely the likes of yourselves, you know, deities exist. There's no argument about that. But for some reason, she's forsaken Icewind Dale, trapped it in a permanent winter, or so they say.
That's great. And just to check, there's like do you know of any? We're actually explorers looking for a specific iconography and jewels and things. We're specifically looking things from a Netherese point of view, because their magics are quite good. Do you know if there's any Netherese ruins or important area artifacts in the area?
Ooh, just give me a second.
I knew that'd throw him a little bit.
Well, no, there's actually a rolling table for me on this.
Okay.
Right, where is the rolling table?
Keep rolling.
Right, give me a second.
I have got 2 pages of notes, guys.
I mean, yeah, I've
I've
been
got
getting
two
quite
So many things like
I don't think most of these make it. I think this is where I need your what is it? Because I'm never going to be able to piece these together.
No, that's the problem. Mine is a
got
stream of
everything from-
consciousness.
Yeah, I've just got everything from Toxie putting an owlbear in a stable to JD trying to pull me on a wall to...
Roll D10.
Can you rephrase that?
Roll what, please, DM?
A D10.
It's 9.
Right. Ooh, da-da-da. You think it would be easier? Okay. Well, I've heard there's ruins dotted all about Icewind Dale. I mean, I don't know of any personally, but I heard in East Haven that he caught a red wizard. I don't know what they plan to do with him. I heard they were going to execute him or something. But you know, rumor is he was hiding out in the wilderness, and I don't know. Maybe he knows something about these ruins.
Okay, so I'll wait for it. So I'll
said that
say
was in East Haven.
East Haven. So I'm going to say to Greg, I'll say, Greg, we're just going to finish our drinks. We might be another sort of 5-10 minutes. Then we're probably going to get a room over there if that's okay. If you just give us a few minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Drink, give you minutes. Yes, drink. You drink? You want drink? You want food? Can I get food? No, I said food.
We're fine.
Oh.
So I'll turn around and I'll sort of go to JD. I say, so Red Wizard, do you think that could be one of your things, or do you think that's one of her? What do you? That could definitely
Someone
be
roll me
connected.
some history on this, or religion.
I'm
So
happy
two
to.
people roll me either a history or religion check.
How's Aki on the old history or religion?
Checking.
You do the religion, Aki,
Yeah, I'll do religion. I'm
and
+4 on that
JD should probably do the history. I don't know, but I'm guessing JD should do the history.
one. I got an 8 + 4, so that's 12 on religion.
15 + 1, 16 on history.
Okay.
So JD knows a little bit more about this. So red wizards come from. If anyone's seen the D&D movie,
It's from
it's a
Fae.
red,
Yeah.
it's a red wizard of Fae. If you've seen the movie, I don't need to explain it. Right? That is what they are. That is who he is, a red wizard.
Do you think that would be someone that Manchun would want to deal with? Maybe worth a check. I don't know how far East Haven is. So that's certainly good news. I think we rest for the night. I think we go off early in the morning. We check out the town. We do some shopping, get the supplies we need, and then we see
East
where we
Haven
go.
is 7.5 hours away by
That's not
dog
too
sled.
bad. Not too bad. So we're gonna have to end, by the way. JD, just a quick question: do you have like transportation? You have like a horse in the stables and anything?
No.
We can fix that. Don't you worry. We have mounts.
Fair enough.
Hey.
All I'll say is Manchun is definitely manipulative. Maybe you're right. Maybe this red wizard, maybe it's all connected.
Can I do an insight
Maybe.
check
On?
just how he seems really keen to do it really quickly ahead of everything else, and I just want to do an insight, just looking into just how much I believe of what JD's telling me.
Okay, so
Is he JD, or is he JD's evil twin?
So you can check that. You check if it's JD or DJ, and I will just see if we generally believe him. My insight is shocking, by the way. But I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Holy shit!
Mine's 10 + 8, so.
So an 18
as to
if it's
is he
him.
evil JD.
Is it evil, JD? And a 21 to see whether I believe he's lying or telling the truth or what I think.
well, he's definitely telling the truth, but the world is not going to end if you decide to chase one over the
So
other.
he's definitely pushing it because he wants to get it done, but ultimately we gather that
Well, he has a master. He's got Vajra. He's a man
Yeah.
on a mission, and that
he's
is
a
his
man on a
focus.
mission and that's his focus. Yeah, I get that. So I'll be like, I think, I'm happy to work together and we've got multiple goals and we'll work toward those. But I think the Weird Wizard, that's quite funny to say, isn't it? The Weird Wizard's important. We should definitely check that, but we also need to look into our friend because once he's not great, that'll also make it quicker for us to fix everything.
Well, I did say I was willing to look into the Red Wizard.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a good clue for you. I think we should, that's a day. I think we spend a day here, get our bearings. Can we get back to? Can we see the big map, please, boss man? As I pull out,
you take out yeah.
as I pull out my magical map, can I see where East Haven is?
1 sec.
And also the Lonely Wood.
They are in opposite directions.
Of fucking course they are. So where's East Haven?
To the east.
Right. So East Haven's by Lac Dinishar, and Lonely Wood is to the north.
Through Tarragos and Terramalaine.
Let's split the party. It always works.
Yeah. So
Right,
will. Yeah, go on.
No, because I just want to get one more interaction before we close the session.
Be
So
quick.
I'm just going to force this quickly. If we can just jump back down to the main screen. Right. So you're going to decide between yourselves what you actually want to do for the next session. Mm-hmm. Right. But before we do that, so you spend some time in the tavern discussing JD, what you're going to do, everything that's going on. And as tends to happen when you're in taverns and you're drinking, you decide your bladder's a little bit full. And what you really want to do, Captain Jax, and people have been going back and forth, is use the privy, which is just down south here. So just reveal the privy. There we go. Right, so you're going to head in that direction. Right.
Uh-oh, what's going to happen in the privy?
Now, just as you're getting down to the end of the corridor, you kind of hear creaking behind you. And I need you to do a dexterity saving throw. Not actually dexterity, a strength saving throw at disadvantage.
Three.
Right.
That's going to go well.
And as you turn around, you suddenly find two thugs, each one grabbing one of your arms and pinning you against the door. And a third man who comes up to you, knife to your neck. And he says,
Good day, smiley day to you, strangers.
and a good day to... How can we do evil? Yeah. And a good day to you too. Now, I thought I'd introduce myself. You see, I got an eye for people. When I saw you, I didn't recognise you. But I know your type. Thieves and
Attractive,
scoundrels.
debonair.
Thieves. Scoundrels. I see it in your eye, you see. Question is, right, what kind of flavour you is? And he looks kind of down at your hands. I reckon you got something under there. Let's see your tags. And he motions to
Before
one of the guys
he's
to start
able
pulling
to
on.
do it, I will speak a word, because that's all it takes. It's verbal, and I will cast Dimension Door, and I will appear like 20 feet on the other side, just right next to Toxeros, and be like, if you wanted to talk, you only had to ask, friends. You can join me and my friends at our table. What do you think?
Right, now let's read that spell first of all.
So you teleport yourself
just to check,
from your...
DM, would Azareg not have known, given he can spot non-Norfals coming in?
If you were checking, he could tell whether people were...
Yeah, if you just said check, yeah. I arrive at the spot as desired. You can see it. It is component is V, so it's just verbal. I just spoke my keyword, which is you. So I speak the verbal word and instantly transport to where I want to an area that can be 200 feet straight down, or upwards, or north, anywhere within 300 feet. I can even go to places I can't see, but if I don't see it, I might end up landing in a table.
Right, so the only thing I...
Level 4 spells, baby.
I could make you roll initiative for that, but I think I'll give it to you because that's quite creative.
Thank you.
Right, okay, so you appear behind.
Yeah, so next to Toxie, and I'll just turn around and say, Gentlemen, there was no need for any aggression. Please sit down and join my friends. Maybe we could make this more of a social arrangement.
Now, even though you've done that and you've jumped, you've kind of got the initiative. The guy doesn't look bothered in the least. He says, well, I apologise if my approach seemed a little bit uncouth, but I find in these kind of interactions, it's better to ask forgiveness rather than permission. You know, people get a bit jumpy, but you look like a man of distinction.
And as I said earlier, attractive and debonair as well.
And he's going to walk back. And he's going to walk back to the table. And he's going to start leaning back in his chair. The other two are standing up. So he's leaning back in his chair. My question still stands. I know a scoundrel when I see him. So what is you? An independent contractor? You don't look like the type.
And we'll pick up there next week. So, just to clarify on that, so we haven't got to the inn yet. What's the name of the inn? Did we get the name of it?
It doesn't have a name because it's not in the campaign, but
Okay.
I will give the name.
No, that's fine. We'll get it next time. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. So then, JJ, attacked, D-door. You can start working on your rolls whilst I'm doing my notes. We had lots of rolls today.
Oh, yeah.
D-door
We
away.
did.
So,
Handy.
Thug Boss wants to know my affiliation. Guys, we need to discuss that off air. We're gonna, because we could say that we are yoink, or we could. Don't we have both? Right? I'm pretty sure I could show the tattoo on the back or the tattoo on my hand, which I always wear a glove over.
You have both. Toxie's got one on his forehead, and Glam, I think, has one on his wrist.
Yeah,
and
I've got
JD,
doesn't have one at all.
JD,
No, JD has one.
It's
No, he
Robin
doesn't.
has.
No, he doesn't. That's
Robin
right.
Robin has one.
Robin
but
has
Jack-
one.
Oh, Robin
But
has-
Glam was stone at the time.
yeah.
Right, I have to go. So I'm sorting the wife out and everything else. I'm about to say goodbye. You can do the giveaways, and I'll come back and we'll go. Cheers, guys. Great session. Loved it. See you all tomorrow. I'll see you all in about 5 minutes. What rolls tonight, guys?
JD.
How many 20s? Fuck me.
JD got away scot-free because I was smart at the very exact moment.
Hey, you played it cool. You
did.
infiltrated. That's what a spy does.
Exactly.
Other people kind of barreled in and fell through a doorway.
A man just saved their lives. Just could have been a TPK.
Well, it was a quarter of a TPK.
Oh, he's back now. A TP semi-K.
Right, Glam.
So, Toxie, can you roll me a d10, please?
I can indeed. I make that an 8.
8 is Danger Mouse. Oh, Danger Mouse 1985 for the full name. And I need to actually type 4 because that's how my program works. Right. So that's a new entry. JD, could you roll me a d10, please?
A D10, I can. It is a 2.
A 2 is Josuke Allier. Josuke's got quite a lot of entries. 41 entries so far. DM, would you roll me a d6, please?
Ooh, a D6. And that is a 6.
6 is Jonas Imph. We've actually had, not only have we had a lot of things, we've had a lot of entries today. Back up to Toxie, could you roll me a d6, please?
Number 5.
Number 5 is Danger Mouse again. And JD, if you could do a d6 as well, please.
Yep, that is going to be a 4.
A 4 is Danger Mouse again. To say they had no tickets until today, they are now up to 3 tickets.
Oh, they're catching up on Trace fast.
Yeah. And last one, DM a D6 as well, please.
And that is a 1.
A 1 is Josuke Allier again. Up to 42 tickets now. Meaning of life and everything. Also my age. And I think that is it.
Well, speaking of age, if Danger Mouse is born in 1985, does that mean Josuke Ali, so Rat Bait 2021, is 2 years old?
Yes.
And is he allowed to watch this show?
Is it basically a child?
We should ban him, or we'll get told off by Twitch. You laugh, but we
Danger
will.
Mouse, the TV series, was 1981 to 1992.
Quick question.
There we go. So after 6 months, you have finally got to a city.
Yeah. Have we finished the rolls?
We have finished the roles, yes.
Right, guys, thank you. So, if anyone is paid for early access, is anyone staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning to play Starfield tonight?
Fuck no.
I mean, I could.
Crazy
I don't have anything else to do.
I'm not. I've got work tomorrow, but I will be
I have work.
I'll be creating my character on the show tomorrow night. That is the plan. If it all works, 50-50 on that as always. In general with new games. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for much more of the same. Fun campaign. We'll talk about tomorrow on the show a lot more. But yeah, fun night. Lots happened. Lots of notes. We got a lot done, which is quite good.
Well, you definitely hit a quest hub now. That's
I was going to say, what we
It's just
actually
gonna be
did was get through a door.
Get through a door.
We've not really done a lot. but
Question mark after question mark.
Lots of question marks.
And then also, not just exclamation marks and question marks, and also just NPCs that you decide to talk to just to get their weird backstory, like the priests. So we didn't really need them, we just kind of used them a little bit. So yeah, we're going to expand my notes section quite a lot.
And what I'm going to do, DM, just because obviously I've rocked up, I'll hand them all 100 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
For what?
Okay.
I made a very good investment, and I've had a very good return on the 1 month of owning the Yawning Portal. Let's just put it that way. A very good investment.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of you own Troll Skull Manor, but no one's been there back to collect yet.
No, we gave it to... we did a trade. Kaz did a trade.
I have a message from Ken for you.
Yes.
I don't know what he said, but he said to pass that along. Yeah.
I got it. It's like R2-D2.
Oh.
I totally got everything that you just said.
Excellent.
Yeah, universal speech.
And Z-Big Cupfoot says he still owes us his life whenever we want to claim it.
Right. I've added that money. So, guys, JD has rejoined the campaign for a period. We'll see how that goes, and if he gets killed.
I've got 88 hit points now.
Wow.
Well, you've come in at level 8.
Yep.
So you're 2 levels higher than where we left you. What did you gain in those 2 levels?
Oh, so I took for level 7, I took in Quick Draw. So now I can stow a firearm and then draw another firearm as a single object interaction on your turn.
That's what Eagle wants to do every turn.
But now I can do that properly, so I can switch between storing it and pulling out as a edge, realistically. And then for level 8, I took the Feat of Tough, which gives me
That's a good one.
2 additional hit point per level.
Nice.
Yeah, that's effectively just adding 4 Constitution. That's what it is. That's a good feat. That.
Right, guys. So hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of what's left of your evening, / if it's the afternoon.
And there was the one question which I think he hasn't answered yet.
Gotta go, guys.
Whether he bought a magic weapon on his way out or magic something on his way out.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I hadn't decided yet because I
Well,
wasn't
we
sure I
will
was going
figure
to be
that
in the
out before
session.
next session.
There we go. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you all tomorrow for the discussion of today, properly. And I love you all, and good night. Give a wave, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Dr. Nick.